It's understood. It's understood who we are. It's understood what we work for. And I don't have to give y'all no rah-rah speech. Everything is in front of me.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard what he said. Philly don't need no rah-rah speeches. We don't need to be told how to get crunk and when to show up. We all know what's at stake. This is our house. It's my motherfucking house. What say you, Nick? How we about to climb this mountain?
Together, 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 together.
That's what I'm talking about. We don't need to talk leadership. We live it.
We know what our sights are on.
Woo! It's about heart. It's about passion and desire.
Let's go!
We have fully defined our dog mentality. We know when this city wants something, they'll do whatever it takes. They won't be denied.
You're killing them!
When you're starving for something so doggone much,
I ain't hungry. I'm starving for this.
a brick wall can't hold you back. Their end zone is our playground. Our dreams are their nightmares. We don't need no rah-rah speech.
We don't need no rah-rah speech.
Because it's a Philly thing.
It take everybody, yo. Take everybody. We gonna ride together. We gonna put the show out. Let's go.
It's time for the best podcast around. Grab a cold one, sit back, and enjoy the show. This is Corner Pub Sports.
Hey, this is Brian Dawkins, and you're looking at Corner Pub Sports.
Corner Pub Sports.
We'll do it live.
Fuck with my ass, man. Yeah.
I don't know of a better way to start off this show than a speech from Brian Dawkins firing you up for the Eagles, 49ers, NFC title game coming your way on Sunday. We are fighting for a chance for a second Super Bowl in 5 years.
It's a Philly thing.
It's a Philly thing. I don't know how I feel about that slogan, by the way, but that's another.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's kind of like,
but yeah, just for 1 second. 1 second. Let's fucking go.
EAGLES Eagles.
This is awesome, man. It's been we're not going to get into it, but it's been a rough start of the year for everyone on the show. We've all been through some family loss since the start of 2023. So this was something that the doctor ordered, honestly, because I feel like it's been a good distraction. It's been nice. So
people that don't watch sports, that don't get sports, won't understand.
Yeah.
But if you do, you get it.
Dave Peterson, thank you, man. I salute, dude. I appreciate your kind words, man. I appreciate you guys helping me out. So, so we're gonna have Ed Kracz from Sports Illustrated joining us in about 45 minutes. We haven't had him on a little bit.
One of my absolute favorite guests.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's awesome
For sure.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to talk to him for sure. Maybe we can get a little inside information, see about the injuries that we're hearing about for the 49ers side. I don't know how much he's going to know, but the Eagles are healthy. All 22 starters are back.
Wow. Yeah.
All 22.
Unheard of in NFL playoffs,
Yeah.
especially in a championship game when you got every player, every starter that you expect to play is playing.
That's because they didn't have any injury. Last week was such a.
Avonte Maddox was hurt.
Yeah.
And he's coming back. He's playing.
Right.
So that's huge.
That's
big. I mean, now you got someone on, hopefully, George Kittle.
But was Maddox hurt in the game, or he's coming back?
He's been out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. I'm saying the Giants game was it was
Dickerson limped off a little bit.
Yeah.
That was like, this isn't good, but you know.
How about if you get a little taste of Landon Dickerson coming right down your throat?
But he's okay, Chris. He's okay.
But I mean, you got he's coming back. Maddox is coming back, which means you can move Gardner back
to the safety. Yeah.
He's going to get 2 interceptions. He's getting 2 yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, he's getting 2 interceptions.
I like that. Do you guys want to hear from Lenny Dykstra?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
It's always entertaining.
So I'm going to do this before Ed comes on. But yeah, Lenny Dykstra has some thoughts about the Eagles game. I thought this was kind of cool. So just sit back and relax for about 2 minutes because this is entertainment at its finest.
Dykstra nails here. Big NFC Championship game this Sunday in Philly. Obviously, my Eagles playing the San Francisco 49ers. Excuse me. I mean, 69ers. Hey, 69ers are pretty good, though. Look, 69ers. Not as dominant as the 80s and 90s with Montana and Jerry Rice, of course, and all them Super Bowl wins. But yeah, a dynasty. Like my Mets should have been, if you know what I mean, when we played, like, remember? Anyhow.
You remember?
What I love about the 69ers quarterback, Brock Purdy, more than the fact that he was the last guy picked in the entire NFL draft, is that he sounds like he should be a golfer. Like, what a fucking great golf country clubber, Brock Purdy.
That's true.
Give the guy credit, man. He's saying 1 game away from the Super Bowl, and that's where I'll finish 1 game away from the Super Bowl because my Eagles, are gonna rock and roll. But I do appreciate a 13th round draft pick. I was a 13th round draft pick, so the guy picked that late to go on to play.
There's only 7 rounds
and lead the team to the NFL championship game is saying something. Kind of like Kevin Mitchell was when he was a rookie in the '86 Mets. Awesome player, by the way, and a great dude. But
he's got as much ADD as we do.
69ers, okay? Fuck you, okay? It's only because
hold on.
Orenthal Simpson.
He just called for no reason whatsoever. So, by the way, Lenny tagged us on this on Twitter.
That's awesome.
Dude, the responses are great. Like, Kevin Mitchell's responding, I think.
Fuck you, 69ers.
Yeah, 69ers. And then he, for no reason, he tags O.J. Simpson and then calls him out, right?
Oh, my God.
So listen to this. This is great.
My boy, Orenthal, remember? The juice is loose. Remember that. The juice is loose, okay? In his career there, okay? Hey, Orenthal, how things work out after your Bills, huh? After your Bills got their ass kicked. They got their ass kicked, by the way. They didn't lose, they got their ass kicked, Orenthal. Like, I'd kick your fucking ass if you wanted a piece of me, motherfucker.
Jesus.
Anyways, ready? Anyhow, let's go, Birds. Eagles. Eagles.
Lenny Dykstra.
It's gone!
Remember when they had those things?
He told OJ,
there's cage
fuck
matches?
you, I'll kick your fucking ass.
Somebody's got to promote that fight. One of those, like, remember when they did the celebrity matches?
Well, he was going to fight the Bagel Boss. Remember that? The Bagel guy, the 5'4" Bagel guy who started
But it fizzled out.
Yeah, it fizzled out because, his legal, Lenny's lawyers were like, nah, we don't want you doing that.
Yeah. You end up in court again.
Yeah. Shit, I just got rid of something I want to play. But yeah, Dykstra, man, he's amazing. I don't know where he comes up with this shit.
He's like us.
Yeah.
The ADD just he was like
it comes from the corner bar. That's where he gets it from.
Went to the Mets, came to the Eagles, went back to the Mets.
I don't know where
went to the
69ers.
Yeah. Fuck the manager's daughters.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was an Eagles fan.
Yeah. Well, Eagles, I guess just being in
Philly for a while, yeah.
Took the owner's flight to Las Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right. Here we go.
Got locked up for having hookers in his house in New Jersey.
So because of the Eagles, I want to play some Eagles. So we're gonna play some Eagles in the background while we're all right. Little Eagles in the background.
What?
This is the Eagles. The band, the Eagles, Don Henley and
no, it's not.
No,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
not.
No, it's not.
What do you mean it's not? What is?
No, he sounds like he's gargling a fucking jet.
It's the Eagles.
No, it's not.
Oh, now I can hear the cover of the Eagles song now. Finally, it was so bad that when I finally got through the, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, this is fucking terrible, Sean.
Well, that's the way the 49ers are going to play on Sunday.
Where the fuck did you find this?
All right, so in about a half hour, Ed Kracz is going to be calling in.
We're just gonna leave this play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I can't concentrate.
So what do you guys?
See?
What are you guys feeling, man? We'll do predictions a little bit later, but let's look at this game as a matchup.
You know what?
It's about as even as you can get, right?
You know what? It's interesting. I read a CBS Sports Line article that did like a player or position by position comparison, including coaching, and there ended up being 12 that they went down.
Christ, this song sounds like a fucking duck in the Terrifier movie. Like Jesus Christ.
They had the Eagles with 5, San Fran with 5, and 2 even.
Yeah,
but who picks fucking 5? Like the line in the middle of the week was 2.5.
No, it wasn't a line. It was there was 12 position comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
They did 5. The Eagles won 5, San Fran won 5, and they called 2 even. And even some of the ones that they called, they're like either some of these that we called this way could have went the other way.
I got you.
They're like, this is about as even as you can get.
Does this game have in live bets?
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. So what?
Like
this is so bad.
It's yeah. It sounds like that guy. She bangs, she bangs, she moves, she moves. Remember that guy?
They're trying though.
No, they're not. They're drunk and don't got nothing else better to do.
Oh Jesus!
Like listen to the porn fucking the porn laser.
Listen, this is like Alice in Chains kind of melody, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So
that's Journey. It sounds like fucking Journey.
So why don't we do that? Why don't we look at positions and think about how? All right, I gotta shut this off.
I mean, yeah, we do.
You know what? No, it's another 30 seconds. Huh? They're really breaking it out now.
Yeah, it's going to position by position. I mean, you start with the quarterback. Purdy's obviously played out of his mind. Hasn't lost yet.
He said porn laser.
It sounds like a porn laser.
What is a porn laser?
You're on top. You're hitting that fucking, and you hear lasers. Just as if your children squirt all over a fucking belly button. You're the laser. Am I wrong? You're laughing because you agree. There's something wrong with you, Gary. I don't understand what you're saying, buddy. Yeah, I hear it. I hear what you're saying.
God, I never heard.
Yes. Well, you never heard of porn laser?
No, never.
You never watched porn from the 70s?
You mean like the sound, like the synthesizer sound?
Yeah. Zzz,
oh, yeah.
Zzz, porn laser.
It's true.
I hear you. I got you. Actually, Polsky just said, what is a porn laser?
He knows.
All right.
Stop denying.
All right. Positions. Positions. All right. So
not porn positions. Positions on the NFL field.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although that reminds me, we should play. We haven't done it in 3 years. We did it once and never went back to it again. Is it gay porn or weightlifting? We should play that again.
No.
Yeah, well, why?
Huh? Because it was terrible. Nobody wants that.
It was weird though because you guessed all the ones right. It was kind of strange. Yeah, Mike was like this one, and then he got like the last.
Because I was sober.
He got like the last one wrong. He's like, "Fuck, how did I not know that?"
Typical.
I didn't see that one. So all right, positions. Why don't we? I mean, should we start with quarterback?
Yeah,
I mean, start the most important position, right? Let's go offense, and then we'll go to defense, right? All right, quarterback: Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts. you got to give it Hurts, right? I mean, come on.
Oh yeah,
Hurts
I
is
mean,
the MVP.
he's an MVP candidate. I mean, Purdy's been great, but he's still a rookie, and I don't know. He faced a good defense, but I don't think he played great last week.
No, he did not. No, he did not. And
He lost to the fucking Falcons.
that's because the 49ers played well, Purdy didn't.
Yeah,
That's because the Cowboys were even worse. I mean, the Cowboys were horrendous.
right. I mean, some of it had to do with the fact that San Fran's defense is very good.
Yeah.
But the Dallas's defense or Dallas's offense is not that dynamic.
But they exposed some of what the 49ers' weaknesses were. Like, it was fucking field goals the whole first half.
Yeah,
Right.
what were the weaknesses? Holding the field goals?
No, they couldn't establish the run. The 49ers could not establish that run.
No, they couldn't. No, that part's true. I thought I'm talking about the other side of the ball. I'm talking about the offensively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, just going through offensively, obviously Hurts running ability is definitely an X factor.
Yeah.
So I think that
he's not gonna.
Right, he's not gonna kill you with his legs. I think that so obviously I think that the edge goes there.
I mean,
the scoreboard is not going to be so Purdy.
And we'll get to the defensive side, but it does have something to do with the quarterbacks. People are like, oh, Dallas's front. I'm like, yeah, but the Eagles' front is better. Eagles' front's the best front in football this year. They were 2 sacks away from tying the all-time NFL record.
You got the number 1 running defense going against the number 1 passing defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah. It's a immovable force.
But we'll get there, right? So you got quarterback. So let's go running back.
Absolutely. Right. We all agree. Jalen Hurts has the edge over Brock Purdy.
Right.
I don't even think it's a slight edge. I think it's a moderate edge.
I would agree.
Yeah. I mean, Hurts. You can't limit Hurts.
Right.
You can limit Brock Purdy. You start getting in his face. He made some horrible throws last week.
Yeah.
He showed he's a rookie.
Right.
I'm not saying he's not good. He might be a good quarterback in this league. In this crowd, you know what? That's intangibles. We'll get to that.
Right. All right. Yeah. So
running game.
49ers
have the edge.
Yeah. I mean, McCaffrey's really good. Mitchell's not bad either.
No,
but McCaffrey's not going to be above Sanders, but he's got an injured calf.
Yeah,
like you're not going to see the astronomical McCaffrey out of the backfield. You're going to see him as a slot receiver.
But let's look at this objectively, not who they're facing, not like McCaffrey versus the Eagles defense. Just McCaffrey taking on Sanders, right?
McCaffrey's
a better right.
Yes.
He's a lot more effective.
McCaffrey and Mitchell over Scott, Sanders, and
it's not
Gainwell.
It's not a ton.
I mean it's closer than you would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the edge. Offensive line, Eagles.
Yes.
San Fran's good, but the Eagles are
the best offensive line in football. This might be the best offensive line we've ever had in this city. It might be.
And their offensive line's been good for years.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Runyon and
Polsky said this is gonna be edge of your seat, shit in the bed scrapper.
Runyon, Fraley. Who's the
Trey Thomas.
Trey Thomas.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good line. That was a really good line. But this team, I mean, you have Kelsey, you have Lane Johnson. They're both gonna. I mean, I don't want to say Lane Johnson, Hall of Famer yet, but
don't forget about Sayamalo.
No, I mean they're solid, man. They're really good. And of course,
Cam Jurgens, all of them. They're all
like the big guy on the other side.
Yeah, Mailata has been awesome. I mean, this line's just how are you going to get by a dude that's 6'9", 400 pounds?
So what is it? Is it it's
Mailata, Salmalo, Dickerson, Kelsey, Johnson.
I said Jurgens isn't even playing.
No, he's their backup center.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he can play guard too.
Yeah. No, he hasn't played.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
but
positive. That's a great sign that he's not been on the field.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they've stayed healthy, but he's a ridiculously good backup.
All right. So Jamie has a good point. Jamie Zimenoff said, "Do you include Hurts as part of the running game? Because if so, Eagles have the better running game."
Absolutely, you got to include him as a part of the running
game.
Well,
we said we're saying by position, not by.
Yeah, I mean he's not with that in account. He's not wrong.
Yeah, but
I'm not.
That would be like including McCaffrey in the passing game.
Yeah.
We're just going like running back to running back.
All right. So wide receivers, right?
Wide receivers, obviously go the Eagles.
Yeah, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. I think they're the only team this year that had 2 wide receivers go over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you can't count Debo and everything that he does, but even if you count Debo as
what was that sound? I
know.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I gotta put that down.
You got a finger in your asshole over there.
Even if you count Debo as good as Devontae or something like that, like
but Debo has no set position. He could play running back. He could play receiver.
Yeah, I understand.
Like he could play tight end.
That's why I'm saying, as versatile as he is, you could kind of say that he cancels out Devontae or Brown. But Ayuk is not as good as either one of them.
No,
he's not.
No, he's not. He's very inconsistent. Tight end, I got to give it to the 49ers. Goddard is a great tight end.
Right.
George Kittle
it's a little.
I mean, if he's not the
Well,
best,
you're talking all around tight end or,
Yes.
Tight end
receiving tight end
in general. Like
because Kittle don't block.
No, he does block.
Yeah, he does. He's one of the best.
Kittle's one of the best blockers in the league. Kittle's like known for his blocking.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably a better blocker than Goddard. And
Yeah,
Goddard's not bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to.
But it's not
fucking Jax Teller looking one of motherfucker want to be.
But it's not that
Kittle.
I don't think it's that far. I don't think it's a moderate. It's a slight. Like Goddard's good enough to make it close.
Yeah, Kittle's just been on fire though, man.
Yeah,
he's been on fire lately. He's. But again, look at who you're playing.
Right.
Look who they're playing. Seattle, none of these defenses that they've played are as good as the Eagles' defenses are.
Right.
Like none of those defenses have 70 sacks.
No, none of those defenses are linebackers who cover tight ends.
Right.
So like safeties who can come up and guard a tight end.
Best quarterback tandem in the fucking whole in the NFL.
Yeah.
So altogether, what's that? It's 3-3, right? We got quarterback. We take quarterback, line, wide receiver. They take tight end, running back, and
tight end.
That's it.
Tight end, running back. Is there something else?
No, that's all we gave them.
Okay.
Tight end, running back. We're giving them the edge.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, Dave Peterson just brought up a good point. I wanted to bring this up. Let's start with the line first. Defensively.
Defensive line.
The 49ers line is fucking.
I'm going to give a slight edge to the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles were 2 sacks away. And the Eagles were second in the league in hurries and knockdowns, right?
Bose is really good, but
he's got 18
Reddick,
sacks on his own.
Yeah, but Reddick has 16, and then Graham, and then Sweat.
Yeah,
and then Hargraves, and then
they're just more
Davis.
complete.
Like it's
So we're going line overall.
Right.
Yeah.
Eagles.
Yeah, slight.
Yeah.
It's not huge.
Very
it's slight.
That is one you could probably go either way on.
Like this is going to be.
I'm just going to go to Eagles just because of what they've done this year.
Right.
No team has gotten after the quarterback as much as they have. Now, if you want to talk about run defense, that's where it might change a little bit because the 49ers run defense is much better than the Eagles.
The Eagles run defense is terrible.
It's not terrible.
They're just not as good as they should be. Like, although when Jordan Davis was hurt, that's when they didn't really exactly fall apart, but they weren't as dominant against the run when he was out. But when he came back, I mean, their numbers improved again. Dude, Saquon was tearing everybody up last week or prior to last week.
And the Eagles only gave up 7 rushing touchdowns. 7
all year. Yeah,
all year.
Saquon had one big run. Otherwise, he would have had like 30 yards rushing last week. That's awesome. Jamie said, "You take Bosa first in the D-line draft, then 4 Eagles." So, yeah, I mean that's
yes,
yeah, that's 100% accurate. I think.
Now linebacker, that goes San
49ers,
Fran. That's
easily.
That's pretty
easily.
moderate edge too.
Yeah, they might have the best linebacker crew in the league.
Yeah, and the Eagles are average.
Yeah, TJ Edwards has had a nice season.
Kazir White's been good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for Nakobe Dean.
Yes,
right.
Kazir White won't be here next year.
Yeah, I mean, he's not as bad as Levon Kirkland was when we had him that year, but
well, he's fucking 200 pounds lighter.
But it's not like he's going to be a someone they're going to attack on purpose over and over and over again.
Right.
He's okay. He's not. I don't think he's here next year. I think Nakobe Dean is the guy next year. But regardless, 49ers easy edge. I actually think I'm going to say the 49ers got a moderate edge on the linebacker.
Yeah.
I think it's a slight more than moderate in that position.
Yeah.
Just a slight more.
Well, cornerbacks, and I want to bring this up.
That's a
Quarterbacks is a heavy Eagles. Quarterbacks,
Yeah.
as the way that the linebackers are for San Fran is in favor of the Eagles.
Yeah. Dave Peterson, wide receiver matchup. Niners have given up plenty of big games to opposing receivers this year. 700-yard games against them.
Right.
They're
That's how you beat them over the top.
The show, I don't think the show's anymore, to be honest with you, but Sports Talk 916, our friends, they were the first people who ever listened to us out in Sacramento, 49ers fans, and Greg Veroza wrote me this week, and he said, I'm nervous. He said, you guys are complete. You have a complete team, and our secondary has been mediocre at best.
Well, you should be nervous.
But I just hope that the Eagles don't overcompensate in game planning to do force things that don't work because they are trying to exploit weaknesses or something. I think
they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, like the edge here is coaching. Edge here
our
is
special
coaching.
teams, right? I'm gonna say they're probably even special teams. I don't know much about their.
No, I mean they talked about the kicker.
Well, it's
Gould,
Robbie Gould's really good,
right? So he probably has a little bit of an edge. Their punters, maybe their punter apparently is having a Pro Bowl year. Their returners maybe a little bit. So I think they get the edge on special teams for what it's worth.
Yeah, I don't know much about their special teams.
Jake Elliott's money, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
He's money.
Gould's maybe even more money than Elliott.
Money.
I mean, it's not.
I call that a tie.
It's not a slight against Elliott. It's just Gould's been
that's a tie.
at it for a long time, man. He's
I mean, it's fine. They're both really good.
If it's an edge, it's slight. Okay.
Yeah.
Two things come from San Francisco: the 49ers and Metallica, and they both suck. We're winning this game, dude. Like we're winning.
Did you just say? Did I just hear you say?
So the safe. No, yeah, I know. And then safety, I think you give the edge to the Eagles too, right?
What was it?
Safety.
Oh, the Eagles. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Here,
Sean. I mean,
no, Mr. Hetfield has something to say to you.
So fucking what?
Safety. Yeah, I'm with Johnson back, who led the league in interceptions despite missing the last 5 games of the year. Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna give that to the Eagles.
That's a slight edge. Coaching. They talked about this on CBS. I agree with them. Shanahan's pretty good.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more dynamic. D'Amico Ryan's won Defensive Coach of the Year.
Right.
I don't hate Gannon as much as some people do. But
no, I don't either.
You just don't know. You don't know.
But
like
they
you
need
guys, that's why you got to pick the 49ers coaching staff with the edge.
But Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon need to call the best games of their careers to win this game. Honestly, they both have to have very sound, very aggressive game plans. You cannot just let Brock Purdy pick you out underneath because that's all he's going to do. They're not going to go over the top on you. That's not they can't. Debo, both receivers are capable of it, but they won't do it. They're going to pick you apart underneath like Tom Brady does, right?
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's a dink and dunk pass game. Like they're not going to go over the top. You're not going to be able to go over the top against the Eagles.
No, you can't.
So the Eagles got to be able to. The Eagles got to force Brock Purdy to win the game.
Dave Peterson said, "Hey Gary, Eagles winning. Nothing else matters."
That's giddy up. Giddy up.
So I think that we just went through it, and I think we have the Eagles probably with one more. The Eagles had the quarterback,
1 or 2, yeah.
Quarterback, wide receiver, offensive line, defensive line,
secondary,
corner, safety,
and safety. That's 6.
And then
to their tight end,
running back, linebackers,
special teams,
and coaching.
And coach 6 to 5.
Like this,
it's even.
It's
even.
This is going to be a fun fucking game.
I hope so, man.
It's not going to be a blowout. Like you're going to be at the edge of your seat. Like, come on, you motherfuckers! Like that. Like this is going to be fun. Like the beers will be flowing that night.
No, easily,
absolutely.
Yeah. Before Ed, I mean, we still have a little bit of time before Ed comes on, but I don't want to forget about this. In case you missed it last week, Brandon Graham went to the circle 50-yard line with Brent Selleck and Malcolm Jenkins, and I forget who the other honorary captain was, talking shit to the Giants, and it's awesome. So here's the audio from that.
Oh yeah, boy. We running right at you, 9-7. We running right at you. And you know not to run this way. Hey, I'm on that throwing arm all day, hey. Yeah.
Keep talking that shit.
We running right at you, 9-7. You look like you tired from this week. Uh-huh. I know. I'm gonna be watching. Watch me. You gonna know.
Selleck's laughing.
I know. 2-6. Yeah, you better be focused because you know what's up. You feel 5-5 one time. Ooh, ooh, I know. I hope you try to chip, boy. You're gonna hurt yourself.
So here's Kelsey on the sideline, right?
I love BG. Tell BG, stop dancing on the stop playing, all right?
Tell GT to stop gassing up the fucker I'm playing. So he said that after the game. He goes, doesn't he know that that's the guy I'm going against? And all he's doing is pissing him off. It was awesome, man. The whole way. And Daniel Jones just showed how much of a pussy he is, right? Because the whole time, Daniel Jones shakes BG's hand and he just puts his head down. Just puts his head down, looks away. And then I guess whoever that 96 was, the defensive tackle, I forget his name, but keep talking that shit. He's like, I'm going to keep talking that shit.
Yeah. Although, I mean, what's Daniel Jones going to say to Brandon Graham? Like, what is he going to do?
Nothing.
Yeah, all right, man. Like, yeah.
You think Jalen Hurts would really get involved in that?
Jalen Hurts, but man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Better stay focused. 2-6. Barkley.
Yeah.
You feel 55 one time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it, dude.
Yeah.
And Brandon Graham, the best part is Brandon Graham is such a nice guy. But that's the best part. It's not
when he's on the field.
No, but he chirps a lot.
He chirps, but he's not an ass. Like he's chirping, but he's not an asshole. He's not someone that's gonna punch you in the face.
No,
like,
he's not a cheap shot guy.
It's a part of the game for him. He's such a nice dude, and like after, I'm talking my shit, and then after the game, I'm gonna shake their hands and hug them.
Right?
You know, he's like, that's just the way he is, man.
Yeah.
Did they let's just talk about BG for a second. Like, we know the draft, and we know who we wanted. You know, the safety out of Seattle, and we're all like, oh man, we could have had him, and blah 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 blah, and they take fucking Brandon Graham instead, and we were pissed off, and we're comparing their careers, and BG wasn't exactly.
He didn't start out great.
His first 2 years, you were like, what the fuck? This guy's a bust.
Yeah. And you're like, oh man.
Here you are 10 years later.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
That's pretty much what we're doing. You know, we're watching a potential Hall of Fame career going on over on the other side.
I mean, I don't know if Thomas is a Hall of Famer.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is, but he's he had a couple Pro Bowl seasons before BG did anything, and it got a little concerning. You're like, oh man, this isn't.
But I think Brandon Grant surpassed him now.
Yes.
Like, and he's played longer.
Mm-hmm.
He had the biggest play.
Well, I mean, that alone.
Of a Super Bowl win.
Look what happened to him last season. That injury that he had last season.
And he came back.
Yeah. And he wasn't even announced as a comeback player of the year.
Like,
Geno Smith wasn't hurt last year, so maybe he should have been most improved player. Right? Why is he in comeback player of the year? He should have been most improved player.
Yeah, I don't know if they had. I forget what their.
It doesn't fucking matter.
The comeback players.
Phenomenal year.
He did. He took them to the playoffs.
The comeback player of the year is so subjective because there's so many different ways that you could, like you're saying, it could be somebody coming back from injury. It could be somebody coming back from a really bad year.
James Conner had cancer, right?
Right.
And he comes back and has a great year, and
coach of the year.
He had fucking T1000 chasing him all year. The whole thing, and he was all right.
You went there.
Have you?
I tried to ignore that part of it, but
have you
went
seen
there.
this boy?
I'll be back.
Oh man. I just want you guys to know too.
But how about this? Our very own Howie Roseman, executive of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. He all the moves that he made. Kazir White wasn't a bad move. Signing Hassan Reddick to what ended up being a pretty decent deal
was phenomenal.
Was an efficient move. And like it was the only move that he and everybody sat there after they made that move and said, that's all you're going to do. That and Zach Pascal.
And
I sat there and I'm like,
what does he do next?
Yeah.
he sits and he's patient.
Right.
He's patient because let everybody else throw money at Christian Kirk.
Right. He's eating his Chris Chickies. He's scratching his nuts.
Yeah.
He's watching what's going on. It's draft day.
Right. And then he trades. Before draft day, he swindles the Saints to get an extra first-round pick next year, which ended up going from like 18 this year to 10 next year, and an extra second-round pick. And I think he got like a third or something. Like he swindled the Saints.
And he got a phenomenal player in return.
Well, no, that was that. He swindled the Saints just for the draft capital.
So he fucked them twice.
No, just the Saints. Oh, well, yes, he did. Yeah, he did. You're right. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Then on draft day, he trades for A.J. Brown, which we all looked at and we're like, that looks like a
I
good
remember
move.
just sitting there and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
and I'm like, no matter who you draft at 18 or 17, whatever pick that was, 18 or 7, whatever.
How did you
do
this?
You just got a better, because you know what you're getting with A.J. Brown. You're getting one of the top 5 to 7 wide receivers in the NFL.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that. I thought, I was like, man, but you got to pay him right away. This doesn't but
and he worked it out.
It worked. It worked perfect.
Man,
right?
I was all about that. So, Roseman's sitting there looking at everybody else.
Oh, yeah, man. I had my shit washed in, bro. Big time.
And then they see the trade and they're like, yo, man, can we get some of those draft stock?
I got these here cheeseburgers.
Please, man. I sucked your dick.
He's like, nah, I'm good.
Ew.
He's like, nah, I'm good.
That's what he said. He said, ew.
Ew. Ew. He's like, no, I'm good. No, I got my own plan going on here.
Right. So then
in my office, I'm good.
The Kazir White trade, and then all of a sudden he goes in, and Bradbury becomes available. Bradbury, a Pro Bowl caliber player, becomes available from the Giants, and he swoops right in and grabs him on another great team-friendly deal.
Wait, is this right? So Dave Peterson said during the last game, the Eagles had to go to silent count because it was so loud. This week's going to be even louder for sure. In their home stadium, they had to go on silent. Wow. I didn't hear that. I didn't know that, Dave. That's wild.
You would think on offense it'd be a little bit quieter.
And Dave gave his prediction.
Hold that till later.
All right. I'll hold it till later.
Yeah,
all right.
Yet.
All right. I'll remember it.
It's
close
about
one.
5 minutes before our guest comes on.
Yep.
So, and then he gets Bradbury. And we're like, Jesus, like all of a sudden you're like, wow, this team could be special. Like Roseman's really done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before, out of nowhere, right before the season started, he swooped in and traded for Gardner Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Which when he made that, I mean,
it was like deal.
Cherry on top. We got a safety because like you weren't sure if Maddox was going to play. Like you didn't know what they were going to do.
It was the one position that we were like at the end of it. It was literally the last position that we sat there like, if we just had this.
Yeah, Peterson said Jason Kelsey said it today that they had to go to silent count. So they're expecting it to be louder. By the way, speaking of that, I'm sorry. We'll come back.
Well, I mean, that's a great problem to have.
Not really, not on offense.
But Deebo Samuel.
Sure it is when you put up 38 fucking points.
Deebo Samuel comes out and says, yeah, we're expecting to be loud, but our stadium's louder. Really? San Francisco has never
I've never heard of them.
Been on a list with the Philadelphia Eagles as being the most rowdiest fans.
There's no way.
They've never been on a list. Dude, they're from California, okay? I was out there last year. Nice people, great fans. I was wearing an Eagles jersey. They were in 49ers jersey. It was a Sunday.
In the city.
Right? And because they were out. They were kind of tinkering on the playoff picture. So were the Eagles. We're both in the same. Yeah, we got a game, and they're all laid back, and dude, come on. I'm sorry, they do not compare to the Philadelphia fan base. I am sorry.
Yeah,
great fans, great people. Again, I'm not.
You're not.
I'm not bashing them.
Yeah.
They do not compare to the craziness, dude. Last week, the Eagles game was at 8:00 on a Saturday, which we all know was great. We're all like, yeah,
dude. They opened up they opened up the parking lot at 3:00. Eagles fans are like, nah, fuck that. Wings are playing at noon. Their stadium opens up at 8 a.m.
That's
I'm
what's
buying
happening,
fucking
Joe.
Wings tickets.
Yep. So they bought lacrosse, the Wings
Y'all are
lacrosse
down there drinking at 8
tickets.
o'clock in the fucking
They,
morning.
12 hours before the game, they got into the parking lot because they bought tickets to the lacrosse game and stayed in the parking lot. How genius is that? Like that's just beyond like that's Philadelphia.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
As Elton John would say, Philadelphia freedom.
Dude, oh my God, it's awesome. Polsky, mushroom eating twats.
Oh,
San Fran fans.
No, that's fucking Rice-A-Roni. I'm fucking chip bags, Rice-A-Roni.
Yeah, great town though, man.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
So yeah, anyway,
get out of here with your rice and your fucking trolleys,
Although,
you fucking chip bags.
best fucking Chinese food I ever had.
Chinatown?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Amazing. We walked in and I'm like looking around, right? Did I ever tell you?
No.
Dude, we're sitting there, right? And there's pictures of Keanu Reeves and all these fucking people that have been
So in San Francisco,
Actually,
cream of some young guys better than it is in Philly.
Oh, dude, wait. Yeah, because it's more flavorful. It's all that rice. So it's the sea air from the Golden Gate Bridge in the Pacific. So, so we're sitting there and we get this fucking bowl. Actually, it was with SG Carter. He was with us. It was a House of Nikang or something like it was called. Something like that. House of Nikang. They actually filmed part of the last John Wick movie there too. But anyway, so we're in there and the owner comes out and he's no. It takes our menus away. No. I get you. He comes back with all his food. We're like, what the fuck is
you
this?
fucky sucky for $2?
So it's like I don't know what it was. It's like a bread, something out of bread, but it was like cushiony, right? So my wife goes, "Is this edible?" And he goes, Yeah, it's edible.
You suck it up.
No, he goes, "What do you think I do? Give you construction material? You eat it. I was like, oh, shit. It was funny. I'm like, dude, it was amazing. It was so good. Best Chinese food I ever had.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
so
awesome.
what made him think to like come out and like just?
He knew we were out. He knew we were never there before. Like he could tell, you know,
Okay.
like, we were never there.
He appreciated the fucking foreigners were at his restaurant.
Yeah, did he was like, "Oh, you ever been here before?" Like, no. He's like, "Oh, I hook you up. I hook you up."
Yeah.
And dude, he did. And it was food, dude, bowls. I mean, bowls of food, like rice, like in bowls you can wrap your arms around. It was crazy.
Wow.
Couldn't wrap your arms around. I'm sorry. And he kept bringing it out. I'm like, God damn. It was great.
Nice.
But anyway, that's enough of me blowing that city. That's the end of that for this week. Ndamukong Suh played in 2 Super Bowls. Suh said neither compared with what he experienced last Saturday night when the Eagles won.
Nice.
Over the Giants.
Right. Nice.
That is.
Oh, that's right. We didn't even talk about the moves that he made. I forget the other guy that like
Ndamukong Suh and the other fucking line. I can't.
Liverpool Joseph.
Joseph, thank you.
you don't even hear Joseph's name anymore. Well, not
and
really.
Robert Quinn, who
yeah,
finally, I guess he was hurt. He's back now.
Yeah, hasn't done anything. But
they're the only team that they have all 22 starters healthy and ready to go on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, so we got about another minute or two before Ed joins us. Ed Kracz from Sports Illustrated will be joining us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're going to recap some of these things about the executive of the year.
Well, we have a limited amount of time. He's pretty busy, so we have a limited amount of time with him. Did you got pizza?
No, not yet. I'll grab.
All right. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome on right now the man. As he's fixing his camera, let me wait, because I'm going to wait until he gets set up. The man from Sports Illustrated, covers the Philadelphia Eagles. He is the guy. He joins us often, and we love it every time. Mr. Ed Kracz. Salute,
Ed,
man.
Fellas, good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Good to see you, man. How fired up are you?
I'm looking forward to this game. There's no doubt, man. I can't, 2 really good teams, and this is probably the matchup we all wanted to see. I mean, I would like to have seen Dallas actually, but these are the 2 best teams.
Dallas because we could beat Dallas more easily.
Oh, you think? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that rivalry would be great, man, just to see round 3 of that one. But 49ers are good. Eagles are good. It's going to be a heck of a game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ed, because it would have just brought that whole, rivalry up even another notch, if it's even possible. Like it would have, but
That would have been stressful.
And because you think so
against Dallas?
Yeah, but I would have had less concern. Like I think we could have handled Dallas.
I think so too.
I think the 49ers. But anyway, our guest is on. So Ed, let's get out of your unlimited time. You're busy this week, man. We really appreciate, as always, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, but especially this week when I know your head's on a swivel, kind of doing all kinds of stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. Championship week. You try to up your game, and then you realize, man, it's been such a long season. I mean,
you
think about it, and I just have to, write it and go in the locker room and stuff. I haven't had to put pads on every day or hit each other like the players have. I mean, I can't imagine. It's been 6 months since the end of July. This season's been going on, really, with training camp starting. That's a darn long year.
Yeah, for sure. So let's look at the matchup. And we went through the positions and stuff, and we had 6-5, like going positions, in the Eagles' favor. So it's slight. We'll give our predictions later. But is there anything inside right now? Because this is true, right? Like all 22 starters are healthy for the Eagles and playing on this team. That's unheard of at this point in the season, right?
Yeah.
So hats off to Sirianni and his crew. They did it right. Like anyone could criticize them for the practice regiments and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Not being quite as physical in the practices and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, looks like the right approach now. Right. I mean, like I said, 6 months, and you said there's 22 guys, all their starters are healthy and playing. I mean, not all of them are fully healthy. Like Lane Johnson, obviously, he's got the groin tear, and hurts his shoulders, still ailing a bit, and Avonte Maddox with the toe. But I mean, I was old school back in the summer. I'm thinking, man, these practices are pretty soft, and they're, they need to put the pads on and hit. And
I hear you.
We saw what the Lions were doing on Hard Knocks. Remember back in August watching Hard Knocks, and Dan Campbell's got them, banging heads and pads every day. And I think this Eagles approach is the right way. If you're looking big picture, if you have a team that you think can be playing football at the end of January, then that's the way to do it, man. It's a marathon season, and I think you might see more teams start doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I really, I guess my first question is, we seen Hurts play last week, but he didn't really seem to need to do much because obviously the Eagles outclassed the Giants by far. You said his shoulders are. How do you think he truly is?
I think he's fine, to be honest. Part of me wonders, if they're not just playing this up at this point, to make the other team think, oh, he's hurting, we can get him. But he checked 2 big boxes last week. Obviously, you wanted to see if he could throw a deep ball, and he checked that box on the second play, right? The deep pass to Devontae Smith, 40 yards, beautiful throw. And then the second box you wanted to see was him take a hit on that shoulder. And that was something we saw. I think it was on the 3rd touchdown drive that, it was a designed run, and he took off. It was inside the red zone. He gained 8 or 9 yards and then got walloped by like 3 giant defenders. Got right up, no sign of, any pain or anything in the shoulder. So check 2 boxes right away in that game. And that is encouraging to me going forward. He didn't have to do much in the passing game because they were just running all over the Giants, but he'll do a little bit more this week, I'm pretty sure.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Right, Ed. My thing here is that you said the 2 boxes. I'm going to check number 3. The kid mentally, like I haven't seen anything like this kid throughout the entire NFL this season. Like his mental status is just above and beyond.
He's just such he's just mature, really, beyond, his 24 years. His whole demeanor is, you wonder if he's having any fun, like he's just so serious all the time. And you're right. His mental strength is amazing. He's really a triple threat with his legs, his arm, and his mind, the way he can beat you. And that's something that, when you compare him to, like, say, Carson Wentz, like, just doesn't have that mental acumen that Hurts has. And the players love that, man. These guys love Jalen Hurts, and they love the leadership that he brings and that even-keeledness and just low-key. I've never seen anything like it as far as, someone that plays that position and is the way he is.
Yeah, he don't let that rat poison get to him.
Yeah. He's a t-shirt designer's dream, man, with his daily deposits and his,
you got to pay that rent every day.
Pay the rent, keep the main thing, rat poison. I mean, if you're making t-shirts out there, he's giving you a lot to work with.
Yeah, he's helped us a little bit.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I mean, Sirianni comes out last week after the Eagles absolutely throttled the Giants, which is great to see because I think the fan base needed to see an ass kicking like that to feel better, right? Because I
know you did. I felt all right. I know you were worried.
Well, no, because I said if they came out barely beating the Giants, going against the 49ers, I think now again, it doesn't matter how we feel. Let's be honest. But it gives you a little more confidence. I think it gives the team more confidence to say we can take care of this team. Meaning the 49ers. But if, what I was going to say, so after the game, Sirianni comes out, and we're just talking about Hurts' mentality. And makes a comparison that a lot of people are kind of raising an eyebrow on. He said he's like our Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And but then when you sit here and you think about Ed's been covering the team for a long time. He said he's never seen a quarterback with this kind of mindset, right? That's the thing that I think Sirianni's talking about. It's the hyper focus and it's the leadership quality. He's not saying that Hurts is the greatest to ever play the position. That's not what he's saying.
Good point.
Yeah, he's saying it's the leadership, the mentality, the way he looks at things, the way he studies. He went to give the guys a day off, and Hurts goes after they clinched the bye, and Hurts like, nah, I want to watch video. I didn't play well enough.
Yeah, I'll be there at 5 a.m.
Yeah, and Sirianni's like, all right, fine, I mean, I think that's fair, right? I mean, I think that's a fair assessment of what he was trying to say.
And I would even throw out the fact that Hurts just has that same desire that Jordan has to be great, to be the best that he, in the game. And that is something that Jordan had this unquenchable desire to be. And I would say Hurts has the same unquenchable desire. Now, is his skill set Michael Jordan's? Probably not. But listen, you can do a lot with what he has. The skill set he possesses. So they're going to pay him. They're going to pay him a lot of money. And
he's going to get $50 million.
Yeah, I mean, and that's when it's going to be interesting to see what he could do because then they're not going to have the money to put the weapons around them the way that they can now.
But the Jordan,
but you know what?
Well, yeah, but that's not true because AJ Brown's already signed. Devontae's in his second year. They're okay there.
Yeah, I mean they're okay for a couple years. But how we stacking the cupboard with the draft picks and what he did to work that on top of everything else that he's done to be executive of the year puts them in good position to be able to get some guys on the cheap that are top level players too. So that's helpful when they're going to have to pay them too.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that Devontae Smith class. They got Landon Dickerson, Milton Williams, who I think is getting better. Hasn't touched his ceiling yet, and Kenny Gainwell. Good players that came in that draft, and he already re-upped the 2018 class with Goddard and Maddox and Mulata, Sweat. And this class he just had could be kind of something along those lines that you're going to want to use as a couple foundational pieces after their contracts run out.
Davis, the Jurgens, all that.
Yeah, right. Jordan Davis, good pick. But they don't have a lot of picks next year. They were in the spring, I should say. They don't have a lot of picks. They have 2 in the first round, which is fantastic. They have a second and a third, but I don't think they have a 4th, 5th, and a 6th. Then they have a 7th. So, but 2 firsts is pretty good.
Yeah, at least at a high pick.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing is that with that 10th pick, if they really didn't like the fact that they don't have a lot, it may not be the worst thing in the world for them to trade back and restock those 4th, 5th.
Yeah, because when you're drafting 10th and 32nd, maybe you can trade that 30.
Maybe 31st
or 31 because that's right. Because Miami, Miami lost their pick. That's right.
Yes.
So 31st.
Yeah.
And you see what I did there, Ed, right? You see what
Yeah, man, I'm keeping up.
Ed, you were there last week, obviously.
Yeah.
How loud was it? Because we're hearing, like, our buddy here, Dave, was chiming in saying that the Eagles actually had to go to silent count. Kelsey had confirmed that they had to go with silent count in their home stadium because of how loud it was. And then you hear Debo saying, they're nowhere compared to Levi. Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I've been to Levi Stadium when the Eagles played there a few years ago, and I don't remember being, blown away by the noise, but it wasn't the playoffs. It was just a regular season game. So place was loud. I mean, I'm behind glass in the press box, so it's kind of hard to get a gauge most times, but, that noise reverberated inside the press box behind the thick glass that they have, that they make us look through to watch the game. So there's no question. It was loud. Was it as loud as the NFC title game back in 2017? No, that was bananas. And I expect that it's going to be even, crazier loud on Sunday against the 49ers. And, Debo, I think he's going to be, he's going to have one of those whoa moments like Jonathan Gannon talked about this week when, he was part of that coaching staff for the Vikings in 2017. And he said during warmups, the place was already full, and him and Harrison Smith, the safety, kind of looked at each other, and you could see their look in their eyes, and they both said, whoa, at the same time, like they knew they were in one of the loudest environments they've ever been in. And that was coming off the game, the Miracle, the Minneapolis Miracle from the walk-off TD from Diggs when Minnesota Stadium was going bananas. And Gannon said that game in the NFC Championship was louder than the Minneapolis Miracle in Minnesota. So I imagine it's going to be, off the charts on Sunday.
So I know we have you for a limited amount of time. So let's get at it this week. Sunday, you're looking at this game. You have the more ins and outs than we do. What are you kind of expecting? I mean, what are you thinking? What's your prediction? Like, when you're looking at certain matchups, what are you looking for? And then how do you think they're going to come out?
Yeah, like you guys said, it's pretty even matchup wise across the board, right? Except the quarterback. I mean, it's so hard to see a rookie quarterback come in and with 70,000 people that are going to be in his ear and a pass rush that has 75 sacks that's going to be in his face. I mean, I don't see a Brock Purdy coming in and being able to manage that. I just don't. And, he may end up being a good quarterback. He's 7-0 as a starter. And you guys probably know the stats. I mean, there have been 4 rookie quarterbacks that all lost in a title game. You start with Sean King, and then Ben Roethlisberger lost as a rookie in a title game. Joe Flacco and Mark Sanchez, those are the 4 that got to this point as rookies and couldn't get over the hump. So, now you have that historical trend that you're trying to buck if you're Brock Purdy. So, that's the biggest advantage of the matchups is Hurts, in my opinion. Now, you could say, well, hey, the 49ers have the playoff experience. This is their 3rd trip to the NFC title game in 4 years. They were there last year, lost to the Rams in L.A. Maybe
not in this hostile city.
Yeah, I know. And that you're right. And those 2 teams, that's like Eagles Giants playing, right? They match up. They're familiar. They're not as familiar with the Eagles. And offsetting kind of that playoff experience, I think, is obviously Kelsey, Graham, Cox, and Lane Johnson. Those guys, invaluable. The leadership they provide, just invaluable. And they know they've been down this road before, and the younger guys are leaning on them. And then you have guys like Hurts and Landon Dickerson and Devontae Smith and Jordan Davis, these young guys who have played in huge games in college. They've played in national championship games. I mean, they know what they need to do physically and mentally to get ready for this. So that might offset some of the advantage you think the Niners have.
That's a good point.
And then I like the fact that the Niners aren't very good on the explosive plays. They're bottom 5 in the 25 plus yards allowed per play. They give up big plays is what I'm trying to say. 25 plus yards. They're terrible at doing that. So the Eagles can take advantage of that. This could be a game for like a Quez Watkins to get deep. To to get A.J. Brown loose on the plus side of the field for, another 40-yard touchdown from Hurts to Brown, because they just don't do a good job of covering deep.
Their secondary is not. It's very mediocre.
They lead the league in interceptions with 20. I mean, that's they do take the ball away, but I think you need to set up that deep stuff with the running game. I think they're going to have to try to run the ball, get those 49er defenders to come up a little bit, and then you hit them over the top deep.
Even though that they have a good run defense.
Yeah, right. You still have to try to run the ball. You can't say we're not going to run and give it to Sanders twice in the first half and run it 10 times. Like, we've seen some of those game plans before. And I don't think you want that sort of game plan in this game. You're going to have to try to run it to get them to kind of creep toward the line a little bit, and then bam, go over their heads.
Especially in an NFC title game, you're going to go to Jason Kelce and say, "Yeah, Jason, you're going to do a lot of pass blocking. You're not going to be doing any run blocking today."
Right?
He's going to be like, "What? Are you serious? Like, this is our bread and butter. This is what we love to do, and this is what we've done well all year. This is what got us in the playoffs last year."
Well, let's not forget the first time in his career Kenneth Gainwell had 100 yards rushing.
Oh, last week, yeah, he had
in the playoffs.
They're gonna do everything they can to run the ball. I firmly believe that, Ed.
They ran it against them in the regular season last year, week 2, when the 49ers came here. They ran it for, I think, 140 some yards. Obviously a different team. And something that illustrates that is if you look at who the top Eagle tacklers were in that game, they're not even with the team anymore. It was Alex Singleton led the team in tackles that day with 11. It was Eric Wilson had 10. Anthony Harris had 10. And Jannard Avery had 7. I mean, those guys aren't even here anymore. It's a whole new defense.
Wow.
So I don't know how much stock you can put in that game, but the bottom line is they ran the ball against a defense that for the Niners is still pretty much the same.
With success.
With success, right. And I think that they're going to have some success if they decide to stick with it. If the game, which I think will be kind of close, to maybe keep the Niners offense off the field, you're going to have to establish a little ball control, and you're going to have to do that with the run game.
So, Ed, before we let you go, we got
predictions.
Can you do it? Can you do it here? I don't know, because you probably have an article coming out.
No, I can. I'll do it.
Okay. All
right. I think the Eagles win. I think, it's funny when you look at that 2017 game. I don't remember what my prediction was back against when they played the Vikings, but it's a lot of similarities. The Vikings came in as the 2 seed, like the Niners are. The Eagles were the 1 seed then, and they are now. And the Vikings defense was ranked first overall, like the 49ers is. The quarterback wasn't real strong in Case Keenum, just like Brock Purdy, and the Eagles blew him out. It wouldn't surprise me if the Eagles win like 27-10 in this game. But I just think the 49ers roster is too good to let a game like that get away. I think it's going to be close. I just, McCaffrey's has a touchdown in like 7 straight games. Their offense has had a different leading receiver, I think, in the last 4 games with Ayuk and Debo one game. So, I mean, they're a complete team, and so are the Eagles. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be, my final score pick would be Eagles 24, 49ers 20, 24-20 Eagles. And, Arizona they go.
Nice.
That'd be awesome. Ed, we're gonna let you go. Again, we really appreciate you coming out. And I promise it will only be a short one. Because I know how busy you are, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do something if they get to the Super Bowl. Let's do something, over those 2 weeks.
We're in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I also
we'd ask you what you're drinking, but you're probably too busy to have drinks.
I haven't started yet. I'm still trying to wrap up one more story, and then maybe have a nightcap or 2 or 3.
There you go.
But
I also appreciate the kind words this week. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yep. I've been down that road, and I know how it goes. So thoughts with you, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Ed. We appreciate it.
You got it, guys.
Ed Kracz,
Ed.
Sports Illustrated.
Awesome.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
man.
Cheers,
Go Eagles.
Brother. Go Birds.
Peace, fellas.
All right. Take care, man. Ed Kracz joining us. Good guy, man. We love him. He's such a dude. Every time I ask him, "Hey, Ed, can you join? Hey, just for a few minutes? I know you're busy. Yeah, can I do 15? Absolutely."
And he'll flat out say, "Hey, man, it's going to be tough. I really can't this week."
Yeah.
And it's rare. It's rare, but every time, dude. And I don't
You know
like
what, but
I don't like
that's-
keep asking.
That's really that's really cool that you respecting his time and
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
He he's got
I'm
a
sure
lot
he
going on.
appreciates that.
Yeah, he's super busy, man.
I mean, it's 2 days before the Eagles championship game.
Yeah.
Like hey, we appreciate you coming home. We'll give you your time.
We got all awesome Ed. Thank you, Mr. Kracz, the best. Yeah, he is, man. He's such a nice dude. And he's one of the few reoccurring guests that we've had that has come on in studio.
Yes.
Like he came in studio.
I think it's the only one that's come in studio.
Yeah, I think you're. Is that true?
I can't think of any other person that's any other like writer or.
The thing that I like about him is
Yeah,
when,
you might be right.
you make a comment or an opinion, like even if he disagrees with you, like he don't belittle you. He said, "Well, I can understand why you have that opinion, but let me explain to you why I think it's different."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we've had other podcasters on. We've had Mark Drumheller. He's a writer now. He was on, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we have Brian Dawkins on this fucking show.
Yeah, but not in person.
Yeah,
Well,
we're talking
still.
about person. Yeah. No,
It's a good thing. It's a good thing he wasn't here in person. You see our boners. Fuck.
Yeah, this bar was standing up to the ceiling.
Yeah, well, we're like,
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. I'm coming day and night.
We got it over. We got it over his shorts.
yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's definitely how that shit went, man. That was
but no,
bad.
you know what? The other thing is, I feel that Ed's not a homer. I feel that Ed's a straight shooter. He's not. He's cheering for the Eagles. He's rooting for the Eagles, but he's not like.
But if he don't think the Eagles will win, he'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to shoot straight.
Well,
He's not going to.
Yeah.
That's why he's able to write for Sports Illustrated.
Right.
Right.
Oh, scissor me timbers.
For no reason, just because we haven't heard it in a while. Oh man, I'm
So all right, so let's get the predictions. Sean, you go first.
All right.
Because usually you gotta wait.
Yeah. No, okay. I'm gonna go Eagles 28, 49ers 24. I'm going a 4-point game. Kind of low scoring, but it's not gonna be like the Eagles are gonna have like a 28-17 lead, and then the 49ers are gonna score late. I think it's gonna be a really, really tight game for the first 3 quarters, and something happens in the fourth. Eagles take a decent lead, 2 touchdown lead.
So you're saying the Eagles are up 2 quarters and San Francisco comes back, gets close.
Yeah, they score like 3 minutes left or something, get a little tight, and then the Eagles close it out. Right?
I got you.
That's what I think.
Not too nerve wracking. Okay.
Dave Peterson, before you guys, I'm sorry. Dave Peterson said 24-21. Hurts to Brown is going to be the thing of beauty, and Smith is going to be a beast. Goddard is going to cause all kinds of issues across the middle. You know what, Dave? If Goddard is able to establish a personality in this game,
that guy across the middle.
That's
with
going to be a
49ers,
problem because
like that 49ers linebacker across the middle, he's tough, dude. Like
both of them are good.
Like he's
both the
so
inside guys
good.
are awesome.
Like, he's very good.
If
If
Goddard can do something
like that's danger. Danger.
I can tell you right now, I would take whatever Goddard's yardage total is. I take the under. I can tell you that right now. I think he might come through in a big spot or two. I think you're going
like
outside.
those linebackers are really good. You want to say? I think
maybe they punch him in the mouth.
Maybe I think it's an AJ Brown day. I think AJ Brown didn't get the ball a ton last week. All the focus is going to be on Smith to I think that they're going to turn their focus on Smith, and I think Brown, is angry. He's going to want the ball. He's going to force himself to get open. He's going to be a force.
I like it. Yeah, I like AJ Brown. I can definitely see that. Oh man, Mark's got even a tighter score. 28-25.
Yep.
Eagles. Wow. Yeah, I can totally see that too.
All right, I'll go mine since Gary looks like he's
he's fingering himself.
Yeah.
He's all right.
You got it all over my shirt.
I think it's going to be a lot of field goals. I'm going to say there's going to be 5 total field goals in this game.
Okay.
I'm going to call Eagles 20, San Fran
23. What?
16.
2016. And you know what's messed up? Earlier in the day, I told people 23-16.
Right.
And then I changed it. And it's probably going to be more like 23-16, something like that, because there's going to be field goals.
Yeah.
And I think about that now. 28-24 means Eagles score 4 touchdowns and no field goals. That's not going to happen. They're going to kick field goals.
Right.
So my score is botched. You know, can I switch mine? 23-16.
23-16.
23-16. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that I think it's going to be. I think the Eagles are only going to be. The Eagles are only going to be up by a point. They're going to get a later field goal. San Fran's going to have the ball last and have to score a touchdown, and they're just not going to. It's going to be gut wrenching.
But I'm going to go with my same scenario though. Don't you scenario me, guy. That the Eagles are up 23 to
23 to 9
or something, and then they score and make it a little closer. But I just don't. I don't know, man. They're both really good offenses. I think the Niners end up being 6th. Eagles were 2nd or 1st or whatever. Defense, 49ers were 1st. The Eagles were 5th. Maybe 6th. But so it's even.
Right.
But the intangible is here.
It's here and
Jalen Hurts.
Yes, I agree with that. That's the whole thing that I thought of. It's like, yeah, but we got Hurts.
Who's gonna? All right, coming out of the tunnel.
12th man.
Coming out of the tunnel. Who's gonna be more nervous? Brock Purdy.
Absolutely.
He got
absolutely.
2 weeks ago they were talking about how nervous he was before the wild card game, and then it took him a couple throws to get settled in. And then last week he looked like shit. Like I mean, they won the game 19-16 or whatever the fucking stupid score was, 19-12 or whatever.
Right.
They ain't winning the game like that here, and because
the difference is the Eagles' defense is as good, if not better, than Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles' offense is much better than Dallas's offense.
Yes, it is.
Right. Dallas has Elliott and Pollard, and both of them are okay.
Yeah.
They got a good offensive
and then Pollard
line.
got hurt.
Right, and then Pollard got hurt.
Broken tibia.
They got, and then they have Lamb.
Broken pride.
Lamb is the equivalent of an AJ Brown.
I don't care.
Lamb is an equivalent of an AJ Brown. Really good receiver, but Schultz isn't Goddard. Schultz had a good playoffs. He's not Goddard, and they don't have a Devontae Smith. Dallas.
I think their wide receivers are a little closer.
You like Gallup?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the 49ers.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, you're right. No,
So
Dallas does not have a.
We're going all around here. Can I get to my prediction?
Yeah,
Go ahead. I'm
you're
sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw. Hey, remember when Gary was going to give his prediction?
Remember Alex? Remember Ghostbusters?
I remember.
Let's go, offense! Pull your head out of your ass!
I like the Eagles here 21-17. And it's back and forth. There's not much scoring to the, and then you get to the end of the fourth quarter, and I think it's Jalen Hurts' legs that takes the Eagles to the step.
So do you think they're down and Hurts scores a touchdown to give them the lead?
I do.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
And you don't think they score any field goals?
No. 21-17 Eagles.
Okay.
Oh man.
Like it's going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, it is. That's going to be really. That's going to be tight.
Tight.
That's going to be really tight, man.
I'm nervous.
The last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter, Jalen Hurts earns that extension.
We're all extension.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
That's not the one he wanted.
Also, we need Lane Johnson to fucking come up big.
That's it.
I stuck my big black Johnson right down his goddamn throat.
But seriously,
but Johnson's not black.
Smells like Everclear alcohol, Marlboro cigarettes, and regret.
This man smelled like a pack of Marlboro cigarettes, 4 shots of Everclear alcohol, and regret.
No, but it's the truth. If Lane Johnson's healthy and he can stay, he played well last week. You saw him limping a little bit.
There's nothing like a healthy Johnson.
If
Johnson's healthy, you can win.
Yeah, you're gonna do pretty well. It's true.
It's true.
If Johnson's healthy, you can score.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But if
that's That's the name of our episode. If you're Johnson's healthy, you could score.
But even if you're Johnson's sore, you can still score.
With a sore Johnson, you can still score.
I don't know. Now we got a couple different titles to choose from.
It doesn't matter. By the end of the night, we're not going to remember any of them.
That's why you got to write it down now.
I can't.
Why not?
At the end of the night, you're tripping over your Johnson.
Yeah, that's true. It's the same as every day too, Gary. So, what do you want from me? You know, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's a big cock. Polsky, go! Puts out. And Peterson said about your. We got to do something. Peterson said, Mike, please don't do that to me. My heart can't take it. Your prediction. Whew, I don't know if I could take that either, especially after the last week and a half or so. And dude, how awesome would it be if they do somehow blow them out? I don't see that. I'm sorry, I got to say it. I see this going two ways. Really tight game, where the Eagles win, because I don't see the Eagles losing a tight game. I don't see the Eagles losing by 3 or 4, because I just don't. Or the 49ers contain them and beat them by fucking 10.
Really?
It like one or the other. But what's more likely? The first. I just can't see the Eagles not being able to move the ball with the way that they're healthy, the way their offense is going. I just can't see it, dude. If we
yeah, I mean, I try to be, me, I try to be as objective as possible. Like if I thought they were going to lose this game, I wouldn't just say they were going to win. Yeah. I do feel like they're going to win the game.
I agree, Mike. Yeah, there's just that sense of nervousness, and it's you know what it is.
Because San Fran's a really good team.
Well, it's not even that, and this might be unfair because I think it is unfair because it's the past, but it's the Philadelphia fan. Like, this is the toughest. Let's be honest. On paper, this is the toughest NFC matchup, championship game matchup the Eagles have had since 2001. On paper, would you agree?
Yeah.
The Rams, right? Now, the Eagles were underdogs in that game. And the Eagles weren't as talented as this team.
No, not at all. But against Minnesota, they still had Foles quarterbacking, and nobody expected. Well, I know Foles didn't even have a real good game against Atlanta.
No, but there was something different about that game, going into that game, where I went, they're gonna win this game. I knew they were gonna win that game. I'm not saying I don't think they're going to win this game. I'm just a little more uneasy.
You felt
I was actually more confident.
You were more confident?
Yeah, I was. Because I didn't believe in Case Keenum at all. Mm-hmm. I didn't believe in Case Keenum at all. Brock Purdy, even though he's a freaking rookie,
he hasn't lost.
He hasn't lost yet, and we don't know. Like, we don't know what he really is. I knew what Case Keenum was. And I knew we can stop the run, and I like the Eagles' running attack, and I thought that they can game manage, they can win the game. Well, they did a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're going to do the same thing on Sunday.
Could be.
We're looking at this going, I don't know. And they have a good running game, and Christian McCaffrey is better than Dalvin Cook, yes. The defense, the 49ers defense is better than the Vikings defense that year.
Although they didn't have Cook, did they?
Yeah. Wasn't Dalvin Cook on that team?
Was he a rookie that year? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe Dalvin Cook was on that team back then. Look it up. But their defense, defensively,
yeah.
Would you say that he was? Yeah, he was there.
Oh,
that was his rookie year.
It was
Dalvin Cook's rookie year. Okay. Yeah. So I thought he was bad. But he wasn't Dalvin Cook now. But still, Christian McCaffrey's still better than Dalvin Cook.
Oh, yeah.
When he's healthy.
Mm.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But he costs everybody in fantasy because he doesn't stay healthy long enough.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What is this? I'm trying to read this. Hold on. Richard Purdy is going to see a lot of Philly sky when laying on his back. Much like Ron and Gary's sister. I refuse to clean cheese steak and nacho cheese sauce off my TV this year, and I will not not have to throw things at my screen. Nice. All right. And then Polsky said they're the toughest and most talented, this team.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Did you guys see I think it was one of you guys that probably posted it. The line outside of Walmart in Texas.
I didn't post it. I saw it, though. It was
Dallas Cowboys fans going to buy their new TVs.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to really talk about that. I mean, we talked about the Eagles beating the shit out of the Giants, but Dallas losing to the 49ers was a thing of beauty. I love it. All the cockroaches are very quiet this week. They have nothing to say other than let's burn Dak Prescott's jersey and let's throw our TVs on the driveway and run them over. First of all, Philadelphia. Can I just say something? All right. If the Eagles lose on Sunday to the 49ers, please don't record yourself doing shit like that and put it out there. Okay? Please don't. I know you're going to be upset. Our team is in much better shape than the Cowboys are. Okay? We have a much brighter future. Dak Prescott's 30 and has shown over and over again he can't do it. The Cowboys franchise has shown over the last 25 plus years they're the most overrated fucking franchise in all of sports. Is that true?
It's absolutely true. They have not made an NFC championship. They have not made the Final Four in 25 years, and they still consider themselves America's team.
I don't get it.
They're still the most
media
publicized.
Blows them.
Right.
I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Rename AT&T Field the Waste Management Field. Yeah, man. They're the most overrated franchise in all sports, and so I still think even if the Eagles somehow, dare I say, don't win on Sunday, they are still in so much of a better position because of like you said with Ed, draft capital, the youngins, the future of Jalen Hurts, the contracts they have lined up. If Jason Kelce decides I can't do this anymore, Cam Jerkins is your new center, and I don't think you're missing a beat. And that's no slight on Jason Kelce, future Hall of Famer at all.
I mean, maybe you're missing a little, but I mean, it's not
maybe the first year or two, but he'll get it.
Right. Mulata's young and locked in. Lane Johnson's getting older. You're gonna have to replace him in a couple years, but
not next year. I mean,
not next year.
Yeah, soon. Right guard's easier to replace than left guard.
Dickerson's young, and Malu's relatively young too. I mean, they're all relatively young.
Yeah.
So
your defensive line, you're going to start having to rebuild. I mean, like he said, Milton Williams is a younger guy. You're going to have to start. I think they're going to draft an edge rusher, but we are not talking about the draft because we have a fucking Super Bowl. On the horizon.
You know what? Yeah.
On the horizon.
Go down that rabbit hole.
EAGLES Eagles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we got our predictions in. Guys, this is oh man, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be fun.
So we're not even gonna touch the Chiefs and the Bengals.
We should get into that.
We'll do that now. But Mike, Mike's going to the game on Sunday.
Yeah, man. I scored tickets, found out Monday morning. It was like unbelievable. I mean, definite bucket list item. Like NFC Championship game, you don't get the opportunity to do. They don't come around very often to your hometown.
No,
like,
they don't.
Your team's not in it very often, and it's not a home game very often. And then on top of it, being lucky enough to have been fallen into a chance to go is
Mike's got sore
unbelievable
knees and bruises on his lips.
Hey man, do what you got to do.
Bruises on his lips.
Why don't you try getting jacked off under the table in front of the whole damn family?
Your dad's like, just take it, Mike. You're fine. Just let him jerk you off. You'll be fine. He hasn't had any in a while. Just let him do his thing. When he's done, we'll have a ticket in our hand instead of a dick.
Mike, can you just take in your ass? I'm too old. I've been there years ago. Just let him do it to you.
Why do I sense jealousy all of a sudden? But no,
we're happy for you, Mike.
No, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, all joking aside, that's great, dude.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
No, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Jay Parr, that's awesome. Mike Polsky said congratulations. Dave Peterson, congratulations. Live stream
the last 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's
That's
fantastic.
all it takes is 2 minutes.
It's true.
It's true.
So we want from me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's 159 minutes of fucking foreplay.
Keep doing it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Nah, that's
It's gonna be. I all week at work I haven't been able to focus. Man.
Have you been to a football playoff game yet?
No, I was at the game. What was it? 2? No,
I
was
haven't
it 2 years
even been
ago?
to a game at the Link.
I was at the game 2 years ago against Dallas, where it was the second to last game of the season, and it was
Okay.
essentially like the winner won the division.
Okay.
To basically,
Well, it was not 2 years ago. It was the Chicago year. It was the double doink year then.
Doink doink.
Because 2 years ago they didn't make the play.
Was that a Sunday night, Mike?
I thought it was the game. No, 2 years ago they made the playoffs against Seattle.
No, it was a couple of years. It was 3 years ago.
That was 3 years.
3 years ago, yeah.
Okay, so
that
was
was
Carson. Yeah, that was the last.
That was right before pandemic.
Yeah, because then the next year it was pandemic and Peterson and that team just flunked.
Right. So yeah, that was the year. So I got to see Dallas, which is a bucket list,
Mhm.
and I got to see them basically in what was the equivalent of a playoff game.
Yeah.
Nice.
But not an actual playoff game. No, I've never been. So I'm going from not.
Oh, I see what Peterson. They saying live stream your last 2 minutes of at the game.
Right,
If they're
right.
winning. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and Mike, I asked you earlier when you came in, like pictures, updates. You know what I mean? Text messages with the hostility.
Yeah.
Like
I'll post that shit. I'll post this shit on our social.
Like keep us informed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Sure.
do it. I'm not the biggest social savvy guy, but I'll do what I
No,
can.
no, well, send pictures and shit to me, and I'll take care. of
Yeah.
it.
All right.
We'll work as a team, man.
We lost as a team.
No, better not fucking lose. Shut up.
You're gonna calm your knob.
Fuck you, Tio. Fuck, don't give us your fucking bad jive. Fucking jive. I want to say
Yeah, Juju?
Mojo. No, I want to say Juju. I said jive.
You just called me a jive turkey.
No.
It's a job.
No, he did not. He called you cocksucker.
I did that by accident. Like that was a total accident. The jive thing. All right. Cincinnati, Kansas City. Who are the Eagles going to play in the Super Bowl? I'm putting. I don't. I'm not taking any other fucking. Wait, we're going to win. That's going to be a tough game. But let me see that line. Too.
I'll tell you what. I had the Eagles in Kansas City for a while. It depends on how hurt Mahomes is.
Yeah, Bengals are underdogs by 1.5.
It's kind of a
In
Cincinnati
Kansas
line.
City. That's a Cincinnati line because they're worried about Mahomes.
Right.
Now, Mahomes did a presser, no boot on, and he walked off.
And his practices has been solid.
With his head tilted.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
he's hurt.
no. It's
That's the way he is.
that's it. Yeah.
The way he is.
He's a weird. Yeah, he's a weird
Strange.
dude.
He's a strange bird, but he's walking out with his head to the side. But
I mean, that being said, if he can't scramble, Cincinnati's got the edge.
Agree.
Mahomes has a walk, and I like Mahomes. Don't get me wrong, but he walks like he's got to stick up his ass.
It's in bath bombs.
Could be the bath bombs.
Could be that fucking violinist who's playing. What was it, jazz or whatever? Fucking bath bomb jazz.
Yo, did you
Bath
see
bomb
what
jazz,
happened
yeah.
after that game though? His old lady's going, dang, and he said, "Yo, take it down a notch."
I didn't
He on Twitter. Like,
Was that
Oh
real?
no, it wasn't real. That wasn't real.
It wasn't real.
No.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clip it, Gary. There he
No,
is.
I didn't click.
Nope. Yep.
I
Yep.
didn't say anything about it all week.
Clickbait, Gary.
Yeah, steak bait, Gary.
You are a lush, I can tell by looking at you.
That was clickbait, Gary. Rizzo said so.
Fuck Rizzo.
Rizzo just said so.
Yeah, fucking Frank Rizzo. You talking about the maggot?
Yeah, I just said it right there.
You are a lush, I can tell by looking at you.
That's
How long's he been dead?
38 years.
Fucking Rizzo.
Um,
Go eat a cannoli. Call me tomorrow.
So yeah, I mean, I'm going because I'm not sure, and I don't think Mahomes is 100% and going to be able to scramble and do quite as much.
Then
It's going to be a
Cincinnati's got the
really
edge.
close game. I think Cincinnati wins by like. It might be another one of those McPherson field goals like last year.
I think Burrow's the better quarterback in this game, honestly.
Right now, because of Mahomes being hurt.
If Mahomes doesn't hurt, I think Mahomes is the best quarterback.
But how many times has Burrow beat them?
Once.
He
Well, no, he beat him twice. He beat him in the regular season.
And he beat him last year.
Yeah.
In the championship game.
Yes.
And it was a healthy Mahomes and Bengals. I got to be honest with you. I'm going to say it right now. And it's not that I'm afraid of the Bengals, but if the Bengals go to Super Bowl against the Eagles,
the
Bengals might win their first title.
Yes.
I think the Bengals might beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl if the Bengals go.
Like,
Just
right.
because there's something about that team. Like, I don't know, man.
You know what,
the
Sean?
Bengals defense is not that great, but
now I think
there's so many fucking weapons on that team. The Chiefs, however, to me,
they handled Buffalo.
If the Chiefs go
in
though,
the snow,
yeah, but
and this
fuck
is
the snow.
This
Who cares about
this
the
is
snow,
no
first of
slight.
all?
This is no slight to Mahomes because the Chiefs are a good team, but the Chiefs outside receivers, Eagles can buckle them up. I'm not the Chiefs running game. Eagles can take care of that.
Burrow's
Chiefs
the better
defense,
quarterback, man.
Eagles can take care. I think the Eagles can beat
Kelsey
the Chiefs.
goes off, but you deal with that.
Yeah, but it's one guy
Right.
versus whatever. That's almost actually I would actually compare that to the Patriots in 2017, where you have to worry about Gronk and not really anything else.
Yeah.
Right. And Tom Brady. Mahomes might be this next generation's Tom Brady, and then you have Kelsey, who is better than Gronk.
Right.
Right. But that defense is the same. Blah blah blah. Whatever. The Bengals, though, to me, have so many fucking weapons. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah, but they don't have it. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are.
We'll talk about it.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
You know
We're
what?
not
I
getting
don't
ahead of
think
ourselves because
I
the Eagles
don't
are going to
think
Super Bowl.
Cincinnati doesn't have the tight end.
E
And the Eagles.
G-L-E-S Eagles.
Wait, what did you just say?
Cincinnati
Doesn't have a what?
Doesn't have as good of a tight end.
Giggity.
Yes.
As long as the end's tight.
Giggity.
Tyler Boyd. I'll take Maddox on Boyd.
Okay.
Bradbury and Slay
Open your mouth wide.
on Chase and Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're going to get theirs a little bit, but the Eagles. Nah. I'm Eagles all day.
Okay.
This is going to be.
You're saying against Cincinnati, Mike?
Yes, I'm saying that San Fran is the best team that the Eagles have left to face.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Burrow's a little bit better than fucking Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
No, I'm not going. No.
Even if he is,
I think they have a better trio of receivers than the Eagles do. Like,
Okay.
but
you're not including Boyd and Goddard?
Oh.
No, I'm taking Boyd and Watkins.
Well, let's
Hayden Hurst and Goddard. Goddard has the edge.
Let's not start sucking each other's dick just yet.
Hurst. Yeah, I mean, he has the edge over Hurst. Who do you want, Boyd? If you're taking the third best receiving player, Goddard or Boyd?
Dude, when Boyd's healthy,
it's
I'm taking Boyd, but Boyd hasn't. He's been a little inconsistent this year. I would take Goddard right now,
right
in that game.
I mean, I'll take Chase over anybody.
Yeah, dude, okay.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Dude, that'll be a fucking
blame it
fun.
on my ADD cell.
So yeah, I called it. I said I think Cincinnati wins on a last minute field goal, not when it's a tie game. The last minute field goal to take the lead. Like it's a longer field goal. It's a nail biter. It's like it's a hit and miss, but McPherson comes through and ends up taking them to the championship.
I mean, me personally, I think this game comes down to what the scrambling ability of Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he's able to scramble and run and be agile, then I think the Chiefs got the edge here.
Mm.
If he can't scramble and run because of his ankle injury, then Cincinnati's going to get them.
I agree.
So what do you think is going to happen then? Do you think that he can scramble and run?
No, I don't. I think Cincinnati's got the edge. Yes.
I agree. I agree with you guys. I think he's hurt. He's a high ankle sprain. I don't care who you are. That's going to bother you.
Especially as a quarterback. That's tough. That's tough.
And one of his biggest things is getting out of the pocket, getting out of a rush. Now Cincinnati's line, but I mean Jacksonville, played against Jacksonville last week. I think that coordinator wasn't aggressive enough. I don't think he took advantage enough of going after Mahomes. He tried. He just didn't have I think Cincinnati's just a little bit better.
But hats off to Doug
that.
Peterson, what he did with that team.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So I'm gonna go Cincinnati slightly. But for the Eagles' sake, if the Eagles win, and if the Eagles don't win, I don't give a fuck who's in the Super Bowl. Maybe we get a rematch in 1988. I don't give a shit. But if the Eagles win, I would rather have Kansas City. I got to be honest, because I think the Eagles are better than Kansas City in almost every facet of the game except for tight end and quarterback. Eagles are better in every other way.
They are. Right,
Despite Chris Jones being as good as having a great year.
Is he related to Cunt Jones?
He is. Yeah, he's his second cousin removed from his cunt. So those are the two.
Removed from his two lips.
Yeah.
She wears underwear with dick holes.
God, you went there.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah,
we're all pretty much on the same page there.
Yeah, all of our predictions are the same.
Imagine that
across the board.
Yeah.
Like holy shit. And we didn't talk about this during the week at all.
No,
we didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I work with retards.
Peterson, if you're still on, did he give the prediction? You might not still be on.
Yes, he did. He said 27-23 Bengals.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Is that good or bad that we're all on the same page?
Yeah. Pretty close. Should we do While You Were Drunk?
Let's do it.
All right.
I am not drunk, man. You trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed.
Do you think a six-pack is acceptable?
While you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more do you need to know?
Before I do While You Were Drunk, or while you were drunk, before I start the stories, I just want everyone to know, and you guys, like when you guys are looking at me and you see that I'm upset and stuff. I just want you to know it's just a hole in my sock. All right.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
All right.
Okay. No, there's a
the fuck.
Gary,
it's like just when I think this show couldn't go and get any dumber.
To be fair.
I say that's enough.
That's right. That's enough.
There's a Polsky. What the?
Sean is drinking more Marlboro cigarettes, Everclear alcohol, and regret.
4 shots of Everclear alcohol.
NFC East, the NFC Championship games tickets, $912 more than double the AFC title game, $418. That's insane. Now, if it was in Buffalo, I think it would have been a little bit of a different story. I think the Buffalo fans and that would have been different.
Yeah.
Whatever. Although it would have been a neutral site, though, right?
That's right. It would have been Atlanta.
Maybe not. All right. While you were drunk, if this isn't a sign, ladies and gents, there is a green comet that is coming around the Earth. Hasn't been here. It hasn't been around the Earth since 50,000 years ago, and it's coming around the day of the Eagles championship game. Green comet. It's a sign. Eagles by 40.
40.
All right. I thought it was pretty cool. Pretty cool story.
So something popular and famous that's green. What you got?
Kermit.
What you got, Sean?
Something popular
and famous that's green.
Famous is green. I'm gonna go with Ron Jeremy's dick.
Why is it green?
Because he's infected.
Oh. All right.
Or Paris Hilton's lips.
Jesus.
Miss Piggy's backside. I was just going to say Madonna's asshole.
Madonna's asshole?
Yeah.
Why is it green?
She's a pig. It's been going on for 50 years. I'll say Oscar the Grouch.
Polsky, that comment is a sign from above. Go Birds. Dave Peterson said this day in sports history, 1984, Wayne Gretzky set a National Hockey League record for consecutive game scoring. Wow.
He ate the great one.
Peterson has a good one.
I'm the great one.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Absolutely.
Right now,
Heineken's famous in green.
Yeah, absolutely. Who don't love to grab a Heine?
How about the Philly Fanatic? He's famous in green.
Absolutely.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what his lips smell like.
How about the next story? This girl's twat, Megan Hall.
Oh, is this the yes?
The police officer.
Okay.
This pig.
So we were off the air last week, and this story kind of like blew up. This story blew up. Yeah.
Senator twat.
Yeah.
So explain the backstory. Why is this a story? What did she
So
do?
she's a police officer, I think in Tennessee, and her husband's like this fucking Mormon cocksucker.
With 10 wives.
Peterson said Rolling Rock. That's good. And she basically had sex with the entire police department and was caught on video, leaked video, and now she's gone.
There was a video of it?
Oh, yeah.
Took it in her mouth, took it in the stinky, took it in the front.
There's a video of her little floppy titties flopping around, and she's not much to look at. She has a face like a thumb.
Yeah. She looks like Peter Griffin.
Yeah, I didn't see the video. I don't need to see the video. But.
She doesn't look that bad.
Looks like a thumb.
But Polsky said the memes are the best, and they are.
Yes.
Yeah. What was the one? It was like officer down, and it's hers like down the fuck. Dude, it's like there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones.
I feel terrible for the husband.
He's an idiot. Because I can't divorce my wife because I live by the book.
Oh, is he serious?
Yeah. I live by the book, and I accept what she did, and I, and yeah, he's one of those fucking idiots. So yeah,
yeah, that's why you being. Never mind, I don't feel bad for him. Now I'm gonna go off on the guy. You being the asshole like that is why you're.
I actually have live audio from his household when he found out.
Here we go. The womp womp. Oh,
that was it. Oh, Jesus Christ! What was it?
I thought you were going to do the womp womp one.
No, I don't have it. No, it's just.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Okay.
That's all he said. And then. Because he's not allowed to curse.
No.
Yeah, because he's a Mormon.
Yeah, I accept what she did.
Well,
how could you?
It's okay.
Is he a Mormon or a Mennonite?
How could you
know what
possibly
he is?
accept?
You know what he's a fucking asshole. It doesn't matter what he is.
How can you possibly be okay with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he's got.
Oh my God, I don't care.
That's what he's like.
That's because he's got to cover up for what he's doing.
It doesn't how could it be that much worse?
Because there's an 8-year-old locked in his basement.
All right, never mind.
Well, if
I stand corrected.
If you're blowing a priest and sucking his children down your fucking throat, he don't care what his wife's doing.
That's also true. Sad but true.
Sad but true.
Rah.
And the ADD starts.
All right.
Sal.
We had a couple. We had more than a couple deaths, but celebrity deaths. The Geeter with the heater.
Dang, he's dead.
Jerry Blavitt. You didn't know that?
Now I do. Now I get what you're saying.
Yeah, Geeter with the heater. Jerry. What? Geeter with the heater. Jerry Blavitt passed away. I think it was on Wednesday or Tuesday last week. And the same day, David Crosby.
Yeah.
Passed away. So yeah, a couple
music icons.
Jerry Blavitt was a DJ, popular
both,
DJ in the area.
Both icons.
Yeah, and David Crosby. Obviously, Crosby stills Nash.
Yeah, we should. It's probably too late to pull up a.
Can't be with the one you love, honey. Love the one you with.
I could do something. To close out the show with. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Maybe.
I'm trying to think of the Carry On, Love Is Gone. What is that?
Carry on.
Yeah.
That's a fucking Carry on. That's a great fucking song.
That one?
Yeah.
So Elijah Moore, the New York Jets receiver. You heard about this one?
No.
So earlier in the year, he requested a trade. And you're like, what the fuck? Of course, I drafted him like an asshole. And
you're still bitter about this.
And I'm like, oh.
Listen to the fantasy gurus.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done with that shit. And I'm like, he had a good year last year, and yeah, I'll go for that.
Sean almost got in accidents texting himself shit that he's listening to on the podcast on the way to work every day about draft Elijah Moore, and he almost crashes, and the fucking guy ends up ruining his fantasy season.
By the way, breaking news: Joel Embiid was fined $25,000 for an obscene gesture on the playing court.
The thrust, yeah,
yeah, he did.
Fuck that.
He did the DX suck it thing.
Yeah.
So
he deserves it for that.
Kevin Durant comes out and goes, "What's with that Come on with that celebration." And Joel Embiid
He says, "Suck it."
He did. He wrote, "Suck it." Yeah.
And that ended that conversation.
Yeah. So Elijah Moore comes out and apparently right before he was going to get traded, he said to his offensive coordinator, but after not getting the ball, "Fuck off, you suck." He told his offensive coordinator.
But he didn't get traded.
No, they never traded him. Yeah, they were like, no, you're stuck with us.
No, yeah, that sounds promising next year.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because the offensive coordinator's still there, right?
So I'll probably draft him in fantasy next year.
Mhm.
You know,
You'll get better value.
yeah, probably. Frank Reich has gotten hired by the Carolina Panthers. What's the name of that song? What's the song you wanted?
I'm not sure.
Carry
if it's
on.
I got another one.
Carry On by Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
All right, we'll close out the show with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that? I mean, like the fact that he went from here to Indianapolis. Where the fuck was he at? Yeah, he gets shit canned during the season,
right,
from the Colts, and now gets a job at Carolina, which might be a bigger shit show than the Colts were. I don't know why he's with that job.
I said that I'm not sure he gets another opportunity.
You think this might be it for him?
Well, yeah. I mean, I know,
mean like after this, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I don't even mean that. I mean, like, I think that every other team had their eyes on other guys. The Sean Payton.
So they were living in San Francisco.
Yeah, Sean Payton, D'Amico Ryans, the coordinator for Campbell or something? The coordinator for Dallas.
Sean Payton's not going to get
Harbaugh.
Like, because he wants full control, and that's not what the NFL is now with the head coach.
He'll get it.
Not this season, he won't. Not next season, he won't.
He will.
I got live audio from the.
Not going to happen.
I got live audio from the GM of the Carolina Panthers and Frank Reich.
Let's see how stinky those fingertips can get.
I was like, this is the weirdest interview I've ever heard. Yeah, so that's how he got the job. He held apparently.
Carson Wentz will end up there.
The reports are that he held the general manager of the Carolina Panthers like a bowling ball.
Well, 3 holes, no waiting.
That's what
I mean, is that what you mean?
7-10 split.
That's why the asshole and the pussy hole is so close. He grabs like a sick pack.
That is true.
But no, I mean, I think between Gannon, Steichen, D'Amico Ryans, Harbaugh, Peyton, there's so many other guys that.
Why would you? Yeah, but none of that. And actually, they might have done the Eagles a favor with that job because they were. I know Houston's eyeing up Jonathan Gannon, but Shane Steichen, that's one less place.
But
for him
they were
right.
eyeing him up last year as well.
Who was?
Houston.
Houston was
eyeing up Gannon.
Yeah.
But I mean, Denver still got a position, Arizona, and somebody else.
D'Amico Ryans ends up in Denver.
I think Sean Payton does.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Now you got to give up a first-round draft pick, and he's going to want full control.
Yeah, I don't know if Denver has any first-round draft
They
picks
got no
after that
picks
fucking
left.
traded for.
They got nothing left.
Right, for Wilson.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's a good point. That he might not have it, but I mean, he might end up. I could see Peyton in Arizona. Mary.
Yeah, that's right. Because Klingon's gone.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, everybody talked about him as like the next great. He'll get another head coach.
And I gotta be honest, like maybe Sean Payton should hold off because if the Rams,
he's not going to do nothing this year.
If the Rams suck again, Sean McVay might take a walk.
Right.
So maybe that might be the
Yeah, but you know what? That's a shitstorm. That's a really bad job. That's worse than Carolina.
Yeah.
They don't have any first round picks, and everybody that they have is old now.
Yeah, that's true too.
Donald, Ramsey, Stafford.
Yeah. Yeah, they went all in and then fell apart. Didn't I say that when they made all these trades?
I've been saying it for years.
Yeah, like
I was waiting for this to happen.
Yeah. Hope they enjoy it.
They got their one though, so
Yeah. Oh, while you were drunk, this is a good one. Thank you, Dave. Peyton Manning took his son to the Eagles game.
Yeah.
He wore a Jalen Hurts jersey.
His uncle played for the Giants.
Yeah. He trolled his own uncle. And then the next night, they went to the AFC game, and he wore a Josh Allen jersey, the kid. So, like, he had an opportunity to wear an Eli jersey, and he's like, nah, fuck you, uncle. Fuck you, Uncle Eli.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. Like, that's
great.
Yeah. And Eli was in the crowd, too, last week. And he made quite a few Eli faces. Someone caught him on video a couple times.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, like, whenever something went wrong, that fucking
the
face
sourpuss
he made.
face.
Yeah.
I don't hate Eli.
And before that, Eli said, "I will never ever step foot in another Eagles facility as long as I live."
And then he went.
And
Yeah.
he is.
I don't hate Eli.
I do. That fucking whole Manning family. Eli. Peyton,
I like
Archie.
Peyton.
No.
Fuck them all.
Nah, I like you. I like Peyton, man. Peyton's a good dude. Eli to me is just nah. If he wasn't a Giant, maybe I like him.
Right.
Like if he played for like the fucking Bengals or the Browns.
If he played for them, you would think he's funny.
It's the whole-
not Peyton funny, but you think he's funny.
Yeah.
Sean, it's the whole ignorant thing at the draft. He was drafted and said, "No, I'm not going to play here."
Oh, Peyton?
No, Eli.
Oh, didn't Peyton do it too?
No.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Elway. That's right. That was Wait.
No.
Eli made
No, you're
forced his
right.
way
Yeah,
out of San
yeah,
Diego.
You're right. It was Peyton.
Forced his
Eli.
way out of
It was
San
Eli.
Diego, so they drafted Rivers instead.
Right. Eli did it, and Kobe Bryant did it in the NBA.
I forget who Kobe Bryant did it to. Was it Philadelphia? No.
No.
Philadelphia drafted Iverson. They were going to draft Iverson.
No, they
anyway.
would have never.
Well, Kobe Bryant ended up playing overseas.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. When he
No, he didn't. He came right from high school to the NBA.
he refused to go to where it drafted him and ended up overseas.
No, he maybe threatened to do it. He ended up getting drafted by the Lakers.
And he didn't refuse to play for them.
No, he wanted to play for the Lakers. Maybe he refused or threatened to go overseas if a different team other than the Lakers.
No,
drafted him.
he was drafted by the Hornets.
You're reading this, Sean.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Hornets.
And he didn't want to play for
By the
them.
way, 13th overall in '96.
I thought it was 8th, 13th. Wow.
Like that's a goddamn high.
But then
high.
traded
Like,
him.
that's high.
They traded him to the Lakers for Vlade Divac.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because he threatened to go overseas. Wasn't that the story, Sean?
Like
I'm not coming to play for you. I'll go overseas.
I don't know. I'm trying to look.
Like that kind of shit pisses me off.
I'm trying to look. I don't see anything.
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know.
You should be lucky enough to be, drafted in the first round of anything, and you're being a douche about it. Yeah, I hear you.
But he requested a trade several times from the Lakers, so that's why I'm having trouble. All right, here we go. All right, so let me see. Over the years, he said that he didn't have anything to do with leveraging his way to the Lakers. Charlotte never wanted me. It wasn't a question of me even playing there. They had a couple of guards already, a couple of small forwards already. It wasn't like I would have been so it wasn't like I was going to be off the bench that much. I had grown up watching basketball. I knew who Dave Cohen's was, the Hornets coach. And he told him, we really didn't need you here. And they knew that they had no use for him, and he got traded to the Lakers. So, no, there was...
Okay.
No. So, anyway, last thing...
Kobe got crispy this time a few years ago.
While you were drunk 5 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, Kobe got crispy. Yep. There it is. Jesus Christ. Dave Peterson, Lindros did it too. Lindros maintains today that his refusal to report to the team that drafted him was because he had qualms about the Nordiques. Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. It's actually his dad too. Carl Lindros had a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fucking Flyers trade the farm away, and rest is history.
Yeah.
Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg won 2 cups. Flyers don't win any.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have Sakic, but they did have Forsberg. Now nobody knew that Forsberg, because he was like the 4th
at the time.
Yeah, nobody knew that he was going to be.
And let's be honest, Eric Lindros had a great career. Flyers Hall of Famer, Hockey Hall of Fame. He made the Hall of Fame. Like, he had a great career.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
Flyers traded the farm away, man. They traded Hextall. They traded all their Mike Ricci. Mike Ricci was a big part of that Stanley Cup team for the Avalanche.
Yeah.
Who's the other player they gave up to get him?
Well, we were talking about Forsberg, Ricci.
Yeah, it's Forsberg. Yeah,
Forsberg.
Yep. All right. Last Why You Were Drunk story, and then we'll call it. Scott Rowland has been named to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Gary had some thoughts of, you didn't think he's a Hall of Famer.
I don't.
State your case.
Greatest overall player. How many times he's been mentioned in that conversation? Just the hate that he had for Philadelphia. Maybe that's what makes me feel he's not a Hall of Famer. Like, he said, I can't play here. I hate this field. I don't know. It's a
personal thing with you.
Maybe it is.
So the story, so go to cornpresssports.net. You'll read the story. It was published back in May, I think. I originally July. July originally published a story when he was announced on the ballot, and I think he should be a Hall of Famer. And he was the only one on the ballot, active ballot, to get voted in this past week.
Wow.
And Fred McGriff got in, but he was in through the other voting, the older players who passed their time, and then they vote him in, which he deserves to be in too. Fred McGriff was
he wasn't. He wasn't part of the steroid scandal. He was a little bit before
McGriff.
that.
No. I mean, he played during it, but I don't think he was. I don't remember his name ever being mentioned in that. But so Scott Rowland did not hate Philadelphia. He hated playing here because he felt that the team wasn't going anywhere. He wanted to play for contender. He felt that the ownership wasn't doing anything to improve the team, and he wasn't wrong. They had one winning season during his 8 or 9 seasons here.
Now,
and there was no hope on the horizon because they had just drafted Jimmy Rollins when he was traded. Like, that was it.
Right. Now, I mean, he certainly didn't endear himself to Philadelphia. He's not a Philadelphia guy. He's not somebody who goes back to Philadelphia. He's not somebody who's going on the Wall of Fame. He's not a Philly at all. He could. He could. You can make a statement.
I think he'll be on the Wall of Fame.
You can make an argument that he deserves to be on the Wall of Fame, but it doesn't seem like he wants anything to do with Philly.
I don't think it's anything personal with Philadelphia. I know there's a lot of people out there who.
I'm not saying that he hates Philadelphia.
Not you.
I just don't. I think he doesn't see himself as a Philly.
Peterson said, "I'll still throw D batteries at him for sure." I never hated Scott Rowland. I was upset that he wanted to leave, but then as I got older, I realized why, and I felt that he was right. He felt that if he wanted to have a long career, that he needed to play. He couldn't play on concrete, right? That was one thing he wanted to.
He hated the vet.
Yeah, and who liked the vet? Nobody liked the fucking vet. But he's like, look, I'm looking out for myself. I want to have a long career. I can't play here.
He was an arrogant son of a bitch about it.
But they didn't change. They didn't trade, or they didn't. The plans for the new stadium were in the works, but nothing was finalized by the time he was traded, I don't think. And then 3 years later, Citizens Bank opened.
But even now, showing the Phillies are saying we're going to have a Scott Rowland day. And you don't hear nothing. This is announced. You don't hear nothing from him.
Well, what do you expect? What do you want him to do?
Like say something. Like, come on.
Well, that's and I mean
He'll
that's,
say something. He'll come out and fight. What do you want him to do?
Fuck him.
He's not on social media.
Fuck him.
What do you want him to do? Like, come out and fucking be like LeBron, have something to say about everything?
He's just not a guy that I appreciate.
Yeah, but Scott Rowland's a pretty private guy anyway. Like with them, right? Like even his time with the Reds and the Cardinals, you never heard shit from him off the field. Like he was he's a very private guy. Dude, he's very family oriented.
I get it, but he's not a Philly guy.
What is that? Like
Sean,
was Mike Schmidt a Philly guy?
No, we hated him for a long time until he finally came back.
Who hated Mike Schmidt?
Wait, who hated? Why? Mike
Nobody
came back
hated
from
Mike
where?
Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt never left.
Yeah, where was he at? Was he hiding under a rock?
Came back from where? He never left.
Well, no, I
was
mean
he Canada?
All right, can I fucking talk?
Hey, fuck you, eh? You put in icebox, eh? You fuck. Sorry.
After he retired, you didn't really hear from Schmidt until he started broadcasting or doing some coaching. Like he was out of the limelight for a while until he came back.
Yeah, but it wasn't like people in that time frame where before he became a Sunday afternoon broadcaster, people didn't like Mike Schmidt. There were a lot of people that didn't like Mike Schmidt. I don't like Mike Schmidt as a broadcaster. I think he's I think he's terrible on Sundays. He puts me to sleep.
Right.
Yeah, he's tough.
He's narcissistic. Yeah. He's this and that. He's not a Philly guy. But in that time, I never heard anyone say Schmidt. I don't like Mike Schmidt. I don't like Mike Schmidt. I like Mike
he's
Schmidt.
from a completely different time.
I didn't hear that from anybody. Mike Schmidt endeared himself while he played here.
Well, in the beginning of his career, they didn't like him.
No, because he dismissed in the media, and then he came out with the wig and sunglasses, and then fully played with the.
He came out with a wig.
Yeah, he did. He came out with the wig and sunglasses, and then
what I'm
everyone played. That was during his play. That was early during his playing years.
Right. So,
like
but
82 or something.
also Schmidt finished his career here.
He started and finished his career here.
Right. Rowland.
But you said he wasn't a Philly guy, so you agree with that because he wasn't a Philly guy because he didn't fit in with because he didn't endear himself to the fans.
Right. And Rowland didn't endear himself to the fans, and that's why.
But Mike Schmidt is beloved as one of the greatest Phillies ever, and Scott Rowland did the same shit, but asked himself out of town during an era where there was free agency, right? And whatever, and got traded.
But he's never said anything positive about Philly afterwards, or come back for any alumni, or you don't hear about him doing any he's not. He's not a hometown. Like he doesn't live in Philly. He doesn't want anything to do with Philly, and Philly doesn't really want anything to do with him.
I haven't seen Rowland back in any event after. No, but is that the Phillies? Like the Phillies put invites out. Like I don't know, man. Like
I don't think maybe they don't see him as a Philadelphia Philly.
Yeah, I mean Kershillan. Is Kershillan a Philadelphia guy?
Oh man, that's the fucking guy, dude. Like on that mound, he was just.
He's a great player. He also demanded his way out of the town. But people still look at Kershaw and go, God damn, he was so good. Right? Scott Rowland was the same way. The only difference is Kurt Schilling went to one World Series here. Scott Rowland didn't have the opportunity. That's the only fucking difference. Scott Rowland was a really good fucking player here at a hot corner, playing the toughest position on the field in baseball, and did it. He was the best at it during his era. He was the best.
I don't hate you for your opinion.
8 or 9 Gold Gloves. 8 or 9 Gold Gloves.
I don't like the guy.
He's 5th all time.
I just don't like him.
He's 5th all time among third basemen in some offensive numbers. Now, Jay agrees with Gary. He's not a Hall of Famer, good player, not a Hall of Fame player. So many better players than him that are not in the Hall of Fame. He's right about that. There are so many players on the Hall of Fame list that aren't in, or on the ballot, or were on the ballot, who are no longer on the ballot, who should be in before Scott Rowland. I agree with Jay 100%. I agree with you on that. I agree with anybody who's going to say that.
Now,
but
the guys that aren't on there, are they the steroid guys, or are there still other guys that?
Todd Helton deserves to be in before Scott Rowland. I'm sorry.
Right.
Todd Helton was a fucking.
Todd Helton wasn't as good defensively.
No, but he put on a masterclass.
But Todd Helton didn't do it for very long.
He had a good career. Scott Rowland played for 18 years or something.
That's what I'm saying. Scott Rowland played for 18 years. I mean, that's part of like Scott Rowland gets in because of the offensive numbers that he puts up.
I think
and the statistics
I
because
disagree. I think it's the defense that really puts Scott Rowland
okay,
over.
yeah, I get it, but his offensive numbers
17 years.
Helton was in for 17 years?
17 years.
I mean, okay.
He had way more hits than Rowland. He had 500 more hits than Rowland. He had more home runs, and his batting average was 316.
Yeah, Todd Helton's a Hall of Famer.
Wins above replacement, 61.8.
Yeah.
He's a fucking Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Todd Helton is a Hall of Famer. When he played, I thought Todd Helton was going to go in the Hall of Fame. That's
I remember
how
him.
good
He was flirting with 400 one year.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he put on a masterclass in the batter's box.
He's one of the maybe top 10 hitters that I've
in our
ever
lifetime.
seen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Gwynn. Tony
Gwynn's number
Gwynn,
one.
Ichiro's up there.
Gwynn and Ichiro are 1 and 2, 1 and 1A, and
Yeah,
then after that,
Helton to me is up there. Like,
and then you got guys like Helton right after that.
Yeah, for sure. Jay says he agrees. I mean, again, it's tough, man. It's a really tough. It's a slippery slope because, first of all, Cooperstown fucked up like so many times over and over.
But how many times have they not done that?
And that's because that's why someone like Scott Rowland's getting in. Again, I don't mean to dismiss it. Scott Rowland, to me, Scott Rowland, if you look at his numbers as a whole, and cornerpoundsports.net, I lay it all out. His numbers aren't eye-popping offensively. You look at his defensive numbers and what he did, the runs he saved, all that stuff. He's one of the best ever. He's one of the best ever to play third base, and I think he deserved to get in on that.
Yeah, I haven't said one way or the other whether he deserves to get in or not.
Yeah, Roberto Alomar, right? Roberto Alomar was an okay offensive player. He got him because of his defense.
Right. Ozzie Smith got him because of his defense.
Right. So how come those guys are given the pass to go, oh, they were so great defensively, and then people look at Rowland, nah. Dude, Rowland was fucking you never had to look at Scott Rowland and go, I don't know if he's gonna make that play.
You know what? I think that part of the difference is that Rowland didn't have the flash. Rowland wasn't doing the flips after Rowland was good, and Rowland made spectacular plays, but they didn't look.
Dave Peterson, Scott Rowland, and JD Drew can both burst out into flames. I wouldn't even piss on them to put them out. Fuck them both.
That's awesome.
Oh man! All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Rowland just didn't he made it look easier. He didn't. It didn't have the flash and the flair.
Yeah. No, I think there's definitely truth to that. And he was quiet. Like, he was quiet on the.
Yeah, I think that plays a role too.
Yeah. Why did Crosby have to have a stupid fucking mustache though?
Don't worry about listening to this song.
I hate that fucking mustache he had.
Great song, dude. It's a great fucking
Probably
song.
smell like cocaine.
Probably.
Cocaine and fucking
Cocaine in the morning after he wakes up because it's still like he snorts some of it and it's the rest of it. The next day.
Cocaine and some San Fran cock. Yep, I just did that. I came back around. Aren't they from San Fran?
I have no idea.
I think they are, right?
They toured Ashbury Heights.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they were born in.
Aren't they? Aren't Crosby still in Nashville? Let me see.
Oh, that's a great fucking song, though.
Yes. Is that right? Was it called Carry On?
Yes, this name of the song is Carry On.
It's such a fucking good song.
Yeah, L.A. They're
LA.
from L.A. All right. Well, I was close.
Cali.
I was close. Yeah, Cali. Well,
Carry on, everyone.
yeah, guys, this is I know we're showing a weird note. This is gonna be a good fucking weekend.
It is.
Next time we see you on Friday,
The Eagles will know who they're playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no excuse.
You don't like it?
Dude, this is from the 60s.
Is it 60s?
Late 60s.
This is cool though.
The little groove?
Yeah. I can get down with this. I don't like the fucking whole 3-person.
The harmonizing? Oh, you don't like the Simon and Garfunkel
Nah,
harmonizing?
I can't stand that shit. Nah,
I like it.
Nah, puts me to fucking sleep. This shit's good.
Where you going now, my son? Where will you be?
You know what Crosby, Stills, and Nash are? The Doors with more talent. That's what they are. Right?
Where will you be tomorrow?
I think that the Crosby, Stills, and Nash is better than
happiness.
Yeah.
Like that?
Sean will bring you sorrow.
All right, before you have to hear Gary sing us out, one more time, boys, and we'll close the show out.
EAGLES, Eagles.
And you guys are getting boner coverage. The podcast is over, and you guys get boner coverage. As we're still playing this song. As we're still playing. As we're still playing this song. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate it so much.
Are we still live? Or
yeah, we're live on Facebook still.
Okay.
Yeah, the show's over.
With the penis out, then no.
Oh no! It was the Eagles chant.
All right.
The Eagles chant.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be. I'm just kidding. It's a good song. It's a good song. Good melody.
Now you're on board.
Yeah, it's good melody. It's good melody.
Getting a little bluesy on this part.
A little. I hear a little
cowbell.
Yeah, a little cowbell.
Little cowbell.
Yeah. Is that the end of the song? Thank God.
What the fuck? You've been you bounced back and forth on that like 100 times. You said it was a good song like 5 seconds ago.
All right, everyone on Facebook, we love you guys. We thank you so much for joining us tonight. Peterson said if we win next week, Hurts so good should be the play out song. Just my opinion.
Hurts so good.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I actually had another song in mind like for the last couple of weeks, but
we'll get to
it. With David Crosby dying, we had to do that. That's a good.
Yeah.
Good play out. Yeah, you guys will hate the song anyway, so
okay,
fine.
Awesome.
It's an '80s throwback.
Oh yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I hate the '80s too, but this song does something for me. Yeah. All right, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, my ride's here.
See you guys next week. Go Birds! Go
Birds!
Birds!